shall stand, and one shall fall.
Yeah. New kids on the block. We here making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. The spot we want is the top. The head nerds in charge and R4C to make things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing backwards. Coming out the speakers in the car in the man cave. The mother bus is about to be knocked off the airwaves. So be very afraid. Better check your gameplay. Sitting on all that and finna take away your fan base. The stage is set. Better put respect up on our name. What you get right now, you get it later. A consistent game. A steady dosage. Once you started, you can get enough. The people's chant ain't a topic we ain't finna touch. So bring your A game. Cause the boys behind the mic finna do the same thing. One time for the one time. Let it off like bang bang. We aiming to be the greatest. We accepting any challenge. With a snap of the finger, bringing balance. Let's make it happen. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Head nerds in charge.
You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
What it do, y'all? We are back to HNIC. Big ups to my man Don the Magic Wand. He finally came off the plane, and as you guys probably already noticed, you see my illustrious face on the screen, so that means I'm not behind trying to terribly run the technical things.
Yes,
you wasn't
no
that
longer
terrible.
bootleg.
You wasn't that terrible.
I think it sucked.
we had our little bootleg moments in
Wow.
between. We did.
Listen,
Over here fumbling, talking about is it off yet? And it's still on.
Yo, I went back and like listened to that feed. You could like hear us talking.
You
when
hear
you're not
the mic
supposed to.
going like,
Yeah, it was.
People were like, y'all still
It was
live.
definitely like bootleg moments in that whole thing. But this is King Kurt Live, and we have another wonderful show lined up for everybody. Fortunately, our tech director, Don, has returned, and things should work smoothly today. But we got some guests in the building. We got a super dope show. But as always, let's get to these introductions. Who are you?
I am the wonderful, tempting, Yokai Sassy.
Well.
I say that because ever since these pictures have gotten out around Facebook of me at this con, now I have like 50 trillion people in my inbox. I have fans on my pictures, people who were awaiting more of these pictures to pop up. So, I mean, hit that Patreon and we'll see what it do.
I think I'm about to put some fishnet and leathers on and see who hit my inbox. No.
How about we just not do that?
All
To
right.
my eyes, I like my retinas.
Nobody said, listen, don't hate on plus size male models.
What the hell is flip that around?
Body shame.
So
Yeah.
now he just,
Did you guys don't body shame me. I'll have you know that my voluptuous curves look great with a nice sunlit on the moon of my body.
you
Anyway,
know what? You right. There's somebody for that.
wow,
Look,
somebody.
John up here
Don't
posing
yuck
for
someone
animal
else's
crackers.
yum.
Yeah, I said there's somebody for that.
Don't
you right.
be over here kink shaming me. Anyway,
Y'all not watching Don over here posing for animal crackers with some
listen, he came off that flight ready
You
to make
said
it.
posing for animal crack. That one, we need to take a picture of this one and put it up on our.
That's
If
what
only you could see
If we
it
could
right
get Donna
now.
some fishnets, that might sell.
Well, everybody just got awkwardly silent.
That's all right. Well, the only other person that looks half decent in fishnets happens to be on the far left. And who is she?
What's up, guys? At Tuffy Wonder here, kicking it. Another week. I am so tired.
She was sounding like she was questioning kicking it.
Yeah,
She were
she
like,
was like,
why am I here right now?
I'm kicking it, just not very high.
There's a low kick.
I gotta conserve energy because I told our guest for later that it was it was gonna be on and popping later.
On and,
Oh yeah,
wait.
on and popping.
What exactly are you gonna be
It's
popping?
popping.
We'll see.
Wow. Well, we already had your cheeks in the air last episode, so I don't know how much more you can give. Wait.
But she didn't have her popping pants on.
Oh, you got popping pants
Yeah,
on?
I have popping pants on today.
Jesus.
She
It's gonna be
was
one of them shows.
pre-prepared because
Yes.
she was warned in advance.
Oh Lord,
Oh.
you gonna make them clap early?
Well, see, you can see the jiggle already. Give us money.
Huh? Is
This
that how
this
it
seat
works?
just got interesting.
And as you can see, she's wiggling and jiggling next to our wonderful guest co-host for this episode from the Garble Podcast. I don't feel like I can do it justice just giving them an introduction. So by all means, could you please introduce yourselves?
What's
to all our
going
cousins?
on, folks? It's the Get Down from the Hispanic Brown Town.
Ooh.
I am the Beast from the Pacific East.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
You got like a whole keep going. Keep spitting dope rhymes.
Ramon from the Garble Podcast. What's going on, folks?
What's good, Ramon?
He's the sexy one.
Wow, Nick is sexy.
Nick Nick has appealed with the.
Listen,
the ball.
somebody.
Sitting next to you though,
Wait a minute.
not as much.
I want to know where all this hate comes in.
It's not
You're
hate.
doing a lot of hating on
Nick
men
and
today.
Shady shade.
First of all, Nick is adorable.
Wow.
But adorable
I
has
had-
its uses.
You
for
know what
things,
adorable is?
too.
Adorable is like, oh,
It's
that's.
like, oh, you cute. But
But it ain't. I'm trying to throw this box at you, Nick.
Speaking of
No, that's not always true. Sometimes we do like to throw things at people who are adorable.
I said the box, not the
Yeah,
thing.
the
Speaking
box.
of throw-
I just didn't want to say the box. I hate calling it a box. Like, it's more valuable
no.
than being a box.
I meant the literal box, like Amazon.
Shut up. Shut up, Kurt.
so speaking of throwing things at people, yeet.
oh,
Hands are quick.
Stop throwing those. I
If
don't want
you
to
can-
get hit
all
by
right.
those.
So-
Then I'll be slapped.
Oh
You're
Lord,
leaking.
look, see? Why? Whenever you throw something around, little dick
I
slip
don't
out.
want to get
All right, look.
slapped with genitals.
Let me explain this to y'all. So, if you've watched any of our episodes, if you follow us, or if you love us in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you probably remember the episode where one of our wonderful guests, Matt, and he sent us in a box of candy dicks. And we opened it up on air live, and my cousin Mark, being the douchebag that he is, came over and poured them over her head. Well,
We miss you, Mark.
Yeah,
we
but we
definitely
do.
miss
You should do it again.
Alex, don't laugh at that. That's not funny. So, another one of the fans of the show, Teffy Wonder's own sister,
Yes.
flew in all the way from, where the heck did she come from?
From Florida.
From Florida?
wow.
Wow, that's a long trip. Is it for the
That's
Thanksgiving
Floridian
holiday?
penis right there.
Home to Florida, man.
Yeah, and she brought us the non-official. This isn't in a box. This is like the dollar store candy.
So
It's dollar peen. It's just-
I'm mad you said.
Wow.
oh no, it really is. It
it
says
said
win.
weenie chews.
It's. I'm not chewing this. I
Weenie
can
chews.
promise you that.
They have good uses
Oh, you
too.
forgot. You forgot.
Oh wait.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
He has a dick.
No. He doesn't have anything. The show.
The show
The
has
show
a
has
Dick Spencer
a
now.
gumball dick machine. I
It's
don't
a
know.
Dick Spencer.
A Dick Spencer.
Ramon
Y'all are
has dubbed it
terrible.
a Dick Spencer.
It's a Dick Spencer, yeah.
That makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
It's actually a great tagline.
Yeah.
So now we have a Dick Spencer, a hype button, and a Merc with the
This
mouth on the
makes good
table.
maracas.
Would you like to taste one of the candy penises?
No, it tastes like that cheesy
I'm okay with having a little
candy.
penis in my mouth.
Huh?
All right, well, there you go.
Hard candy.
Hey, listen, this is how we start the show.
AF.
We pop a little. I can't even say it.
Pop a little peen. Pop a little
Wow.
peen in the mouth.
Tap. You know what
It's a
you need in
blue-
your mouth?
Ooh, ooh.
It's a blue one.
It's a blue
Eat
one
it,
with
eat
blue
it,
balls.
eat it.
You would
eat
think a
it.
Smurf, a
Oh,
Smurf,
yeah, he
a
ate
Smurf's
it.
wang would be about that size.
Yeah.
I would think so. Brainy looked like he was.
Were they that small? They were like, I thought they were at least ankle
I
length.
always imagine a Smurf being about this size.
Yeah.
So if I
So that's not
Dick Spencer
acceptable for something that's that
well,
size.
you might have a micro peen.
Stop talking about Brainy Smurf. He was my favorite Smurf.
That's my favorite Smurf too. You kind of
Oh,
look like Brainy
really?
Smurf.
I hate you because Papa Smurf saying.
No, I'm not putting it in my mouth. Yo, Zeke, shut up. I'm not putting it in my mouth. I've already had my eat a dick.
Put it in your mouth.
Hold on, that's not fair. You can lick it, you can stick it, you can taste it.
Oh my God.
I'm talking every drip.
Oh my God, don't look what you just did there.
And I'm wishing that you would go down. I know that whole song. That was Akinelli was it back in the day. Y'all too young for that.
A little bit.
Wow. You don't
know that song?
You don't know that song?
Yeah, but it was stupid and I hated it.
I don't know what kind of show.
I'm sorry, I hated all of them trifling songs. Like, what was it? Like the Laffy
So what's the
Taffy song?
trifling
I
song
hated
that you
that
like
song.
now?
Oh, you shake that Laffy
I
Daffy.
swear to God, I hated that song.
Shake that Laffy Taffy. Shake that Laffy Daffy.
Now I think the most trifling song that I listen to and I actually
Taryn,
like
I'm not putting it in my mouth. Listen, what y'all not gonna do is spend the whole show asking Kurt to put it in his mouth.
You
That's
ruining
not-
my trifling song that I'm about to express
You
that
about
I
to-
like.
oh, okay,
My
what's up?
trifling song that I like is, of course, is a City Girl song.
Of course it is.
Hey.
What is it? Twerk? Is it called Twerk? What is it? The one with Cardi B in it.
Yes, that is twerk.
Yeah.
Cardi B's got some really good.
Cardi B makes good club songs.
Yeah, she does.
She's not saying anything of substance. We all can agree on that.
Not
Yeah,
on
but
mic,
we can
not
all
on mic.
agree that the men who be rapping about stuff ain't saying nothing of importance and value either, right?
No, Talib Kweli says something important. Common says something of importance.
Queen Latifah said something of
I did-
importance.
that's
We
why I
have
didn't- I
women
didn't-
who
I didn't-
say
hold
things
on.
that are important.
I never said
But we
anything.
have
Hold on.
women who say
I-
trash baggy things too,
I
like they're
never
men.
said anything about Queen Latifah. I said Cardi B.
Yes.
Doesn't say anything. Boy,
But
y'all
why
Cardi
do
B
we-
fans.
But listen, no, why we gotta every time when we bring up Cardi B, we gotta bring up about like what she's saying isn't valuable. But when we bring
I
up
didn't-
men
hold on.
who say stuff that's not valuable, we don't keep bringing that up.
I
all
say
the
it all the
time.
time.
I actually 1,000% disagree with you. I think Cardi B says a lot of things that are valuable. She's just not saying them on
Yeah.
mic.
Hold
I
on.
would say she's not saying it with her
I
music.
was about to say I don't know where we. I said the music. She ain't saying nothing. She makes.
I
great
don't know
club
what y'all
bangers.
talking about. I value shaking my ass.
Exactly, and then who said it?
Sometimes
It's okay,
a bitch,
Tough. We
sometimes
know.
a bitch
We know.
wanna pretend that she trap and strip on the side.
When
I-
Cardi B
I'm
get brought
100%
up, I
with
will
it.
always defend.
That
I
shit
see
get-
you was
that
ready.
shit
You
get-
had your torture steak ready.
I'm just saying the shit get.
I
me through
usually
my
don't,
day.
but for Cardi B,
I see y'all go to war for her. So was you a Nicki Minaj fan before her?
No.
See, what I-
Nah, a
And
little
the
bit,
reason
a
why I
little bit.
wasn't, I didn't
Were you a
like.
Little Kim fan before her?
I was, actually.
Little
Yes, I
Kim
was.
gets no.
Yeah, I had my
Little-
reasons.
Wait, what?
Little Kim doesn't get enough credit for everything that she did for hip hop.
I
That's
appreciate
true.
it.
I
I almost
agree
got
to that.
nervous. Little Kim.
Yeah, Little
Yeah,
Kim.
I was.
I'm a
and
huge Little Kim fan.
I love Little Kim. I love Foxy Brown. I'm like, I love bitches who
Yeah.
are just like,
Foxy and
Trina.
like not
Yeah, I like
yeah.
Trina because Trina did a thing bringing up the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like you said, Queen Latifah will always be one of Queen Latifah and MC Light are like rap royalty in my mind.
Oh, you know what's another one
Shout
that
out to
everybody
you,
forget?
yeah.
The Brat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I like her too.
So Funkified will still spin in my car any given day of the week, and it's dope. But I mean, we had a little hip hop segue.
Because when black people are in a room and then hip hop get brought up, then that's what happened. Everybody
we
got
do.
their own little
Every
dispute
single time.
as to what's
gonna
going
be a little
on.
Now we got lit karaoke coming up December 4th. Don't forget. So if you love hip hop, why don't you come on down and spit dope rhymes with us? We're down at Chuck's Alibi. Don got the flyer up, so make sure that you come check us out, come turn up with us, come party. Remember, whenever you come down and you party with us, it helps us support the show, and we love you and we appreciate you for that. Also, this weekend we will be at the Great Allentown Comic Con. Phil Lamar, Eric the Smoke Moran, the Red Ranger from the Dino.
the Dino Power Rangers. Dino Thunder. Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, which iteration was that? Is it the first one?
27.
No, I only know Tommy,
No,
Jason,
Dino
Oh my
Thunder.
god.
Dino
Yeah,
Thunder.
which was like five. Wait, like
No, people.
7
No, a
years
lot of
old?
people are super hyped to see him too. Like I've had
I
people.
guess.
Yeah, I don't know. After the first 3 Power Rangers, I was like, and I only care about the black ones, like TJ, Ashley, and Walter Jones.
Oh,
Black
wait,
Ranger.
wasn't it Kira or was that her real name?
No, Ashley's.
Which
the real
one was
Yeah.
the red one with the dreadlocks?
TJ.
TJ,
Yeah, TJ.
okay.
That's
Right.
it. That's the one I
Exactly.
remember.
After that,
Yeah.
See.
We were just happy to see, what was it? Hip Hop Keto. That's yeah.
Oh.
I was like, did he
Walter.
just dance move and fly kick somebody?
Duh.
But yeah, come on down. We have super dope time whenever we get together with either Greater Philadelphia
I want to do
Comic
a line dance when we get there.
Oh, actually, that might not be a bad idea.
I wanna
You
do
would black up the whole scene.
So the Get Down by Benny Blanco, because that's my fucking song.
Is it who?
You never
That's
heard
your
Get
one.
Down? Is it?
That's your one. You get one F-bomb a
Get
show.
Down with the cowboy boots.
Oh, that song, the little Cowboys.
I
Yeah,
got you. That
the
does. That
cowboy
sounds
song.
stupid.
First of all, wow, you extra.
I know. I don't.
That's cause, is that because you can't dance?
I actually.
No,
can
it's
dance
because
really-
he's old. That's what it is.
Yo, I actually can dance really, really well.
All right, well, y'all heard that. Kirk gonna get up and do my line dance with me.
I didn't say I would
Yeah,
dance.
no,
I
you're
said
gonna get up and
No,
do
you
the
can
line
get up and
dance
do my
because
line
I
you
can
dance
tootsie roll.
very well.
I
and you
can
need everybody.
butterfly.
Wow.
I can
You're not
cabbage
gonna-
patch. I can do
Pepper
Roger
seed.
Rabbit.
First of all, you
I
can catch.
I can percolate.
I don't know.
Oh, now
I
you
can
definitely
percolate.
gotta get
Oh
up.
yeah.
Now you definitely gotta get
Listen,
up.
me and my mama taught me how to bop. I can do a jitterbug. I am well versed, and I'm actually quite agile for a big guy.
Oh, man,
All right,
she
Heavy D,
said.
I'm gonna see you get on
To the
the
women
floor.
in my life, you know what it's in for. Anyway,
All right, Heavy D, we gonna see what it is.
Yeah,
you
know.
know,
Yeah,
you gotta
we
pay.
is
You
with
gotta
something
pay
it
for
is
me to
Saturday.
get down. Anywho,
Speaking of paying,
yes. Great segue. Our Patreon is live, so give us money. This is probably the only time you hear us beg for funds. And
we're not begging. If you enjoy the show, for everybody who asked us, hey, why you guys don't do this thing? Why
Yeah,
don't you
like
have
the
that
pictures.
thing?
Yo, there's this stupid
Right.
thing called capitalism, and it requires us to have money.
Right.
So give us money
Yeah.
for pictures.
So it doesn't.
Whoa.
It doesn't have
Wait
to.
a minute. What kind of pictures?
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be a lot. We have
Huh,
$1.
Sassy is like, I'm with it.
They're pictures. I don't know what you want me to say.
All right.
You'll find out when you give us the money.
It doesn't have to be a lot. We have $1 and $5 tiers. They go all the way up to 100. We are given for like the higher tiers. We do monthly and quarterly giveaways.
Yup.
We will buy you tickets to come to events and hang out with us.
We do dope things all the time.
It's patreon.com/headnerdsincharge. Check it out.
And if you
It
don't
drops.
want to do any of that, you see these super dope shirts that we're wearing? Blurred Thugs in Harmony. What, you gonna jiggle the boobs? Well, keep
I'm
it going.
gonna try to
If you
get
gonna do it, keep it going. You don't stop. Get to jiggling. You see the shirt that she's
I just
rocking?
really like this bra. Like,
And you see Sassy Slim Blurty shirt. What you can do is you can go on GJapparel.com, who are sponsoring us. We are now officially affiliated with this clothing line. So we always want to represent the blurred culture. What better way than do it with Blurty Apparel? Go on their website, which is GJapparel.com, and you can check out all this dope merch. And we'll be having our own Head Nerds in Charge shirts coming soon. All proceeds benefit me, Curtis, personally.
What? What? I didn't know this turned into the church.
No. I'm Kanye. Father. All right. Can we sidebar away from the normal time?
you mean again?
This
Sidebar again.
is how you want to do this today?
We have to get
You just got done jiggling your
Mom,
boobies.
are you giving us
For your
approval?
shirt.
We can talk about something of substance real quick before we get into
Can
it.
we, Mom?
Kanye West.
Oh boy.
Or as some have dubbed him Kanye, or as some have dubbed him Born Again Yeezus.
You mean which he dubbed himself?
Well, I just want to know how we feel about this personality change that's happening, because Kanye was a huge Trump supporter and really went off the deep end, and we all felt like we had lost Kanye to the sunken place in Get Out fashion. Then he took a hiatus. Obviously, he had a nervous break. He was in the hospital. People showed great concern. Then he kind of did something dope. He advocated for I'm giving him his due in that he advocated for the release of wrongly imprisoned individuals.
His wife does that.
I know. Stop. I don't think she's that intelligent to do it.
I don't
alone.
think.
No, she's not as
No,
dumb as
no. No,
think
she's not as
she is.
dumb as people give her credit for. She really isn't, because she's
not.
brought a lot of attention to like the Armenian massacre.
Okay.
She's done some good things, but
As a unit, they did something good. Now, I'm talking about that one minute thing. I don't know if it overshadows getting dug out by Ray J and
No.
having a sex tape.
If that's what you want to call that.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
that
they're
was,
getting dug out by Ray J.
well, Ray J did. Never mind.
Ray
Anyway.
J sucked. Anyway, both of them sucked equally in that situation. But
and it was a lot of sucking in that movie.
Yeah.
But
He's
now,
trash.
Yeezus has come out with a gospel album called Jesus is King. He has basically did a full turnaround in his morality, stance, and morals. He won't allow anybody to work on the album if they are fornicating.
We talked about that, yeah.
I think what's most poignant is he was just at Joel Osteen's church, and at one point he had told the entire congregation to be quiet and allow Jesus to talk through him. How do y'all feel about all this?
I feel like Kanye is mentally lost. I don't know where he is. His real him is buried underneath all of his like ish that he's going through, and everybody deals with their stuff in different forms. You can't really say how you would handle it because you don't even have enough money to handle it the way that he is. So when people who got too much money and power, you have all of that going on with your money and your power and your following. Yeah, you probably are going to be doing some out of pocket stuff. So I'm just whatever he doing.
I feel like Kanye doesn't have any real friends.
Yeah, he probably
No, he really doesn't.
Yeah,
He really
because
doesn't.
they would
He
have
might have
told
friends,
him
but
by
he doesn't have
now.
real
He doesn't have any real friends to tell him, Kanye, give me your phone.
Exactly, he needs that.
Don't post that.
Who's gonna tell? And I mean this in its most purest form. This egomaniac, because whether it's for good or
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah, because that's
It
what
should
it
be
is.
his wife.
Yeah, exactly.
His partner? Yeah.
which is funny because honestly, financially, she can run. It's not like she's beholden to him because of money,
Yeah.
because she's got her own bread. So I mean, we don't.
Probably worth more than
What?
he
Yeah,
is.
I really think. Yeah.
Yeah, her mom set that up so that they all get paid.
And they had long money long before Kanye was even thought about because their dad was a whole lawyer in the OJ trial.
I feel like that
Yeah.
whole family has like a cauldron and they have to constantly feed it black souls.
Yeah, because Lamar Odom ain't got his back yet. Yeah, I was about to say Lamar Odom ain't Did you ever see the meme where they talked about every black man that's ever dated a Kardashian? Well, all right. So from Calvin Williams, he's Calvin Willis. I want to say it right. Kim employs the black women that do that work. Kanye is trolling black people and Christians to continue with his publicity grab. Man, I've heard two sides of this coin. Some people are like, "Oh, leave Kanye alone. He's for Jesus now. Everybody can turn around and do things," and that is absolutely right in most instances.
He hasn't turned around and done anything yet except go back to being self-promoting.
If anything, he's feeding more souls to the cauldron.
Facts.
But he don't really.
The messenger is just as important as the message, and he hasn't done or said anything that made me really believe in this great big turnaround that he wants you to think that he has had.
He would make
After his mom died, he decided he was going to wild out, and he living his best life.
I like what Bria says in the chat. She said he drank the Yeezus juice.
But
Mo,
you know
what
that
you about to
his
say?
mom's death is also his fault.
Ooh.
Like people. Oh no, it was absolutely his fault. They went to 6 different doctors to get no.
Oh, that's right,
They went to
the
6
original
different
plastic
doctors.
surgeon.
The
Oh, that's
plastic
right. That's what she went to get plastic
and-
surgery.
Yeah,
Right,
and
she
they
died
wouldn't
from
do it.
complications of plastic surgery.
right.
And
It was
he
a
was like,
thyroid issue or something like that,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because
But
the
the
first
point
couple
is-
of doctors wouldn't do it because she wasn't healthy enough. They said that they didn't want to take on the liability because she could pass. So they
Okay.
went from doctor and doctor
forgot
until
about
somebody said yes.
All right, wait, hold on, Ramon. Finish your point. What you were saying?
so like clearly his mom was the only person that kept him in check, right? And this is why I say he doesn't have any friends. And no real friends. He doesn't have any. His
Yeah.
wife
He has a
isn't
whole
there
bunch of yes
to.
men.
Yeah, exactly. You're surrounded by people that say yes to every bad idea that you have. And if you have real friends, they'll come in and say, you know what, that's not a good idea, or you know what, you need to you need to clean this up, or there's no one there who's acting as his Jiminy Cricket, his conscience, and he clearly
You need that
doesn't
song. Let
have
your
one.
conscience be your guide. You definitely need that person. Joe says, I suppose you have to do whatever you need to get away from the Kardashians. I mean, Bruce changed his sex. That's from the chat. But
We didn't.
but I understand why he said that. But at the end of the day, I'm with you. I think there has to be an anchor once you get to a certain echelon of fame and fortune. If you don't have that anchor, whether it be yourself, mentally, emotionally, you have people who can come in and say, hey, you're doing too much. But Kanye is a money-making machine and a genius when it comes to coonery and niggatry. And I'm talking about shucking and jiving on a level that I have never seen. Now, King Kurt Live's personal opinion is this is the greatest stunt for publicity that I have ever seen to resurge a dying career. Let's not get this crazy. After Lance on TMZ chewed him all the way out, the black community all but said, okay, Kanye, we're done with you. We're not buying your $500 ugly sneakers. We're not buying your homeless clothing line that basically you would have to take out a mortgage to even afford. It was terrible. He had made multiple bad business decisions, and then he had lost his base. Because don't get it twisted. There's not enough suburban white kids in the world to support Kanye the way the black community did with college dropout and late registration. Now, with that being said, here's what bothers me about not only Kanye and our community. And it's so simplistic in form. Okay, I tried to do it the entertainment way. I'm shot there. I went the political route, but these white folks ain't gonna back me up because Trump ain't really give him the support that he needed because he looked like a complete loon with that blonde hair. So what do? Let me go back to black people. What's the best way to get black people?
The church.
Through Jesus. Through Jesus. Black people, we will forgive everything if you just say, I gave myself to Jesus.
Dude.
White people too.
It was so surreal to hear him say, shut up, listen to me, and allow Jesus to speak through me.
That's some mighty arrogance.
It was so arrogant. But the crazy part is, they got quiet, and then he retorted with, I was in this entertainment game, and now I've given my life to Jesus, and they gave him a standing ovation after he just told them to all be quiet. And I just stood in awe of, if you really change your life, I'm not saying that you can't make changes and you can't change your life and give your life to God. That's your business. But to me, this is 100% a business move. Because I don't know the numbers of, if anybody knows how well Jesus is King did, I listened to the whole album. And it's maybe 3 solid tracks on it that I would listen to. What do you think, Seth?
Because that tricked me at first because
It tricked you?
it did trick me because the first song was like, it kind of got you going a little bit. You was like, yeah. Then when you got into it, like that Chick-fil-A one, I couldn't
Wait,
get
he had a
with that
song
one.
about Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it was like called Chick-fil-A. And he was like, you my Chick-fil-A or something on Sunday or something because you closed on Sunday or some dumb stuff like that.
How do you have and I said it before, how do you take a gospel song, Father Stretch Out My Hands, talk about bleaching buttholes, and then flip around and do a whole gospel album and still be able to profit off of it?
People
that
tried to
went
say
over
the
my
same
head.
thing about Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. It was like, you was singing about being bootylicious and now you making a gospel album.
But
Hers was a little
Bootylicious
more tame.
and I just smashed this chick with a bleached butthole is 2 different kinds of songs.
But I'm saying,
Why is
like,
her butthole
no, I'm
bleached?
saying,
I don't
like,
know. That's what
years
Kanye
ago-
said.
no,
He
when
said, if you get
Destiny-
the bleach on my white shirt,
Yeah,
You
no,
just
I'm
don't-
saying people back in
She said
back in the
because
early
Chance the Rapper.
2000s when Destiny's Child broke up and Beyonce launched herself into the stratosphere, Michelle Williams she was like the greatest gospel artist for several years,
I
but
forgot
people
that.
were trying to doubt her or come for her because they were like, oh well, you were just making basically secular music. And she's like, don't get it twisted, I've always loved the Lord, get out of my face and buy my record.
Yeah, I look
For Jesus.
I'm about to say, Carl, I can't really pronounce, I don't want to mispronounce your last name, but he said, the death of Kanye was the day his mother passed and he ain't been Kanye since. Leave that man be. listen.
He won't leave us be.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't really think it's we picking on him. We ain't listening.
But we don't gotta caption all of his bad moments either. We could just leave him alone.
I said a good moment.
No, I'm not saying you in particular, but I mean as a whole. Like, we see this man, we see him falling apart. He breaking, and that's for all celebrities in general. I think this goes for them that, like, okay, we don't agree with what it is that they're doing. All right, just stop supporting it, stop backing it. But I don't want to put them on the spot and make them feel even more like crap to the point that then when they end up on the news, we like, oh, what happened? Why did they do that?
No, that's my thing. It's like, if you don't like something, if you don't agree with something, the most powerful thing you can do is turn it off. Don't feed into it. Don't buy. Don't support it with your money, with your attention. None of that. If the world collective just turned their back and was like, "Nah, we're just gonna fucking ignore you," you would eventually just shut up.
I disagree. I disagree vehemently. I believe that if there is something that you don't that you might not agree with, there are times where you can just ignore it, and then there's other times where you have to counteract.
But calling out people like Kanye West only feeds it.
No, and sometimes you have to counteract ignorance with whatever platform you have, because you can influence people away from this type of stuff. See, the thing is, when you allow somebody to run roughshod, typically, and it's one thing if it's harmless, but Kanye's platform, Lance said, I don't know.
People gonna be idiots though.
As media personalities, Lance said it best. Bro, you're too big to do this. When he said slavery was a choice, we're supposed to turn our back on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, but what are you going to do to him, though? Like, what are
you going
to do? Because since
it
been working, people been saying that they had a problem with Kanye for the longest, but is he still doing what he doing? Is he still getting people to support it? Yeah.
It's not about affecting Kanye. It's about affecting the people he affects.
But if they're idiots and they want to have their mouth agape and listen to everything that he's saying, he might not be their influence. Maybe the next person who walked by and influence him might be their influence because they're stupid.
Sharing these clips. Stop sharing these clips. Like, stop giving him like airtime and all that. Like, if you want to respond to it, that's great. But you don't have to like keep putting him up and putting him out there like playing all this stuff. Like, how many times have that video of him in jail been shared? And the video you talked about, the clip of him like at the church. Like,
well, the reason why they keep showing the clip is because but they show that clip because it's they put it in a positive light, and I'm not saying it's not a positive thing. I mean, anybody that goes to,
I just don't believe it.
Right.
I don't buy it.
It's lip service.
Yeah.
Wait, now mind you, I know for a fact I had a conversation with a minister who was like, I love everything that he's doing. This is great. And then that's where you almost have to start talking about it, because when people who are credible buy into it, then you got to say, okay, here's my concern. Here's somebody who's going to tell somebody, hey, yeah, see what Kanye's doing? That's an example.
Yeah, but also let's not forget the church that he chose to go do that at.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
now, let's talk about that for a second.
Like that entire building's foundation has been crumbling. So he stepped into a building that's on fire and it's like, oh, look at the paint in here. Like
Terrence said, leave Kanye alone. All right. Well, I mean, we don't have to beat Kanye up. I just wanted to talk about that because that was, that seemed to be the burning topic on everybody's mind as of late. But Pokemon Sword and Shield dropped.
Oh my God! How did you transition into that like that?
That is the first thing on the outline. Pokemon Sword and Shield dropped. Who's playing it?
Me.
Yeah. Don is playing.
Me.
He's literally playing Pokemon.
Oh wait! I didn't even notice that. I was wondering what was on there.
Oh.
Hold on, give me this.
He really over here.
Give me this. Give it to me. Y'all see this?
You gonna say y'all see this?
Y'all see this? This Negro is look. I'll hold it up. Now we're live streaming gaming while we doing the show.
Look at us, so inventive.
Yo, it took a master's degree in the Holy Spirit for me to work the boards last week. Yeah. This nigga's doing it while playing Pokemon. Never mind, Don.
Busting shit up.
Yeah. That's right. Tear it up. I'm sorry, Don.
It was too small and fragile for your hands.
Yo, I apologize, Don, if I tore it out. Anyway, so are y'all excited about it? Look, I stopped somewhere around red and blue.
I don't have time to be playing games. I barely have time to catch up with the TV shows people ask me to review.
RAMON.
I have Pokemon Go on my phone.
Hey.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets.
No, I know that my son is hyped for it, but
well,
it's on the Christmas list.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, we got Awesomus Prime. He's gonna come in a little bit, and Awesomus is super hype about Sword and Shield, and he's gonna break it down
One
for
of the
us.
guys from
Yes,
my job
because-
was like, he was hype about it, but apparently they cut some stuff out that Pokemon fans didn't like, and we're like, shut up, it's just a Pokemon game, and that kind of incensed them even more.
As
I'm
it
tired of Pokemon,
No,
and I'm
Pokemon-
tired of these games, and they're so generic. Like they all look the same to me. They're just putting them in new settings.
Yeah, Mario Kart
and
kind of got old
all
to be
of them,
fast.
even the skins, like they're like, oh, you can design your own character, but they
where-
all look the same.
That's where everything is. It's in nostalgia.
It's wash,
Like you
rinse,
get
repeat.
people hooked. Like you played this game 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 50, whatever long ago it was, and then you bring them back by bringing up that nostalgia.
Like
everything
5
that's
times
being
in a row.
sold today
It's nostalgia.
is nostalgia.
Like,
Yeah, but I
girl, how
mean,
many-
even
you
other
was-
people,
girl,
who,
you
like
hyped
they're
for Animal Crossing, and how many?
but they modify it every time they make it. So it's still different than the whole Pokemon thing because they won't keep giving me the same thing in the same form, the same exact way. Animal Crossing, they at least give me like, let me upgrade. Like they add different little features to everybody in the town every time that they make a new
That's
one.
true. That's what I
Would
like
you
about
like a
Harvest
candy
Moon.
penis
It's
to
a
calm
little
yourself
different.
down?
No, I just take these topics
slap
very
it.
seriously.
Ow.
Yes, I did.
I
Get
will
that
say
out of
that's
here.
what I like about Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon isn't the same every time they
It's
bring the game out. Like,
different.
yeah, like you get
It's
to
I
be
have
a
no
girl.
idea. These are mobile games?
These are like farming simulator, life simulators. It's
Yeah.
kind of like farming,
like
like
stuff I
Like
do to
Farmville?
relax.
but like an
That's what's
anime
wrong with
version
y'all.
of
Y'all
it.
worried about these
Farmville
farming
copied
games.
off
You
of
need to be
it off
farming
of
your
Harvest
mind.
Moon.
Yeah, but in these games you can like get
So
married.
that's
like,
what's hot in the streets. Farming.
No, it's not.
You can do other stuff. You can. It's a storyline. Yeah, you make friends.
No. You notice
So
they kept.
I'm not
Hold on,
gonna I'm not gonna live real life.
Right, Ramon, you can't. Wait a minute, but you hear what part of life they keep saying? You can get married. You can get
You don't even do
married.
that in real life, right?
You can.
I'm not getting married. Not
No,
right now.
no, they can't. Not y'all, but yeah.
I'm just done with you. You was
single forever.
what?
What did you posted something on social media about that?
Yeah.
What did you say about the Disney show?
Wait, which one?
You posted it something
About that Disney Plus and Cheats or whatever they calling it.
Oh, the Disney Plus and Thrust and the.
Oh, Lord.
No, you talking about the Pokemon joint with the couple goals, or the one where I was like, I had a dream about getting married.
Yeah.
Oh, so this weekend I had a dream where I got married and my new husband took me to Disney World for our honeymoon.
Ooh, that's
And-
my dream.
Girl, I woke up and I felt like Hawkeye from Endgame. I was like, don't do that.
Don't
Oh
get me
yeah, I
wrong.
remember that post. Don't you? Yeah, I
Don't
hate
get me
that. You go shopping
'Cause
or
you're
something and
definitely
you
still
wake up
single.
and you want the stuff and it ain't
Thanks.
there.
No, it's single. There's nothing wrong with being single. I'm just. I hope that you can one day wake up to your Prince Charming and he whisks you away to.
We was
Walt
on the
Disney.
teacups taking pictures with the little ice cream Mickey Mouse, like,
It wasn't real, Tess.
Did y'all have churros?
we
'Cause I
didn't
like
get that
those.
far.
It's not real,
We didn't
Sense.
get that far.
It didn't happen.
But if she tells
didn't
me about it, I can
happen.
pretend that it happened. There were churros,
I need
right?
y'all to live in real life. The
This
reality
is
is,
the
I don't
most-
want to
you're gonna go home in your cold bed. You're gonna eat oodles and noodles.
This
and
to me highlights the difference between like a man's dream and a woman's dream because
that ain't. Trust me.
I wasn't trying to be.
Oh,
at
we on the
Disney World
teacups.
On the teacup. Yeah,
we
we're not
on
playing.
a teacup.
We're not spinning. I mean, we spinning.
Did you just say we not spin? Or are you?
We spinning.
Bum bum bum.
But it ain't the motors that's doing it, baby. I can tell you that right now.
Like that machine's been off for the last 45 minutes, but it
But I'm
keeps
still
going.
spinning.
Oh my
It's
God.
Anyway.
Why does always gotta get trifling? I just be trying to make statements, harmless, innocent statements that turn into trash and debauchery.
What is that, Rule 32 or something?
Yo, Superman from Supergirl on the CW network is getting his own spin-off show with Lois Lane.
That nigga butt ass ugly.
So wait,
see him.
This is why he's single.
What? Cause Superman butt ass ugly? How is that?
Listen, you didn't hate on. You didn't call Nick.
Wait.
You said Nick was just cute.
But I said Ramon was fine.
So she's got a type. Wait. What?
Yeah.
Does that not equal it out?
What do you like?
Actually said that.
Like, what's another guy that you would like?
She thought the guest
Go
last
crazy
week
for.
too.
Oh yeah, what did we get?
Wait,
Who was
what
the guest
guest?
last week?
Oh.
Urban Jedi.
Yeah, you was trying. Yeah, you gotta
Smelled
stop.
so good.
Listen, you gotta stop throwing your candy at everybody. That's what's wrong.
My candy is keeping it to myself. Thanks.
You got a Dick Spencer.
I wish I had a dick.
I wish I could just like open that bag and drop. I think I will.
Don't drop them on my head, please. Don't. Don't. It took forever to vacuum up all these dicks before. Please.
We just gotta be more
Words you
thorough
never
this
thought you would
time.
utter.
Look, this is.
Cavity search.
Wow.
Okay, I'm done.
Can we get
I
back?
said we had to be
Can we
thorough.
get back to the actual geek conversation of, or do you care about another Superman show? I mean, we had Lois and Clark.
He's not that bad looking.
He's not that
What
cute.
does that got to do with the price of tea in
I
China?
feel like DC needs to do something to get away from the Holy Trinity.
Thank you.
Because I am sick and tired. Like, if I have to watch Batman's parents die one more time.
Yeah, I'm pretty done with it.
But people keep telling them they like Batman.
We're getting prices.
Oh, Lord.
Prices only there.
Well, here's my thing. Now they brought out Batwoman, which is a deviation from the norm. They did do Green Arrow, which is a deviation.
Yeah,
from
Green
the norm.
Arrow might as well have been Batman.
Agreed, because it's Batman. You just didn't own the rights to be able to do it because Gotham was on.
So we're gonna turn Oliver Queen into Bruce
Batman.
Wayne.
Yeah. Which Oliver Queen and Batman. Flash, yes.
I could never get into it because it required watching Green Arrow, which I hate.
It didn't at first. Not at first.
I do like the fact, but that's what but I get it. Staying away from the Holy Trinity is saying, and of course, if you're a geek, you know what we're talking about. We're talking about Wonder
DC
Woman,
Legends of Tomorrow.
Batman, and Superman. That's the Holy Trinity of DC. Going away from it, you've already had success with Black Lightning. You've already had success with all these little.
DC's Legends of
Watchmen,
Tomorrow and
Watchmen on HBO
Right.
is off the chain. Like
but it requires you to have HBO.
Okay.
Well,
Not really.
Not
But
you.
there are other ways to get it.
Look,
But
somebody.
lazy
Now,
people
mind you,
like me.
now Bria said, "Give me a Raven movie," but we do have Titans.
Yeah.
Not
But she
but
corny.
wow, you cosplay as Raven.
Yeah, but no, I don't mean Raven overall was corny. I mean that Raven in
I
particular.
got you.
She just reminds me of a very emo child with like purple hair. Like
When your
that's
father's Trigon, you got to come with a little bit more than just emo.
yeah, that's why I don't like it.
That's why I like Umbrella Academy because it's
Umbrella
something.
Academy.
I think it's super dope. Just a different.
But that's Image, right?
Right,
Yeah.
and mind you, what I mean is that's why The Boys is doing so well. That's why Umbrella Academy is doing so well. And will you please hurry up with Why the Last Man? I don't know if you ever read that graphic novel. Let me tell you something. I'm getting my nerd bag with that one because Ramona, obviously you read it.
Yeah.
Have you read it from start to finish?
Yes.
Isn't it one of
It
the best graphic novels ever?
What? I was like, let me fall back out of this conversation. I literally fell back out of this
No, I saw you.
conversation. Because I was like, they about to go at it about how much. No, because you're going to start spitting and I'm trying to get ready for it. So I was like, let me
That's what she
fall
said.
back.
Y'all need to hit that hit up Sassy Cash App so she can get a rain slicker.
No.
Or a spit guard.
There's something. Don't hate on
Like
me.
the ones at the buffet, that glass that goes over the food.
You got glasses. That's good enough.
That ain't protecting the
Listen,
rest
this
of
ain't
my
nothing but some
stuff.
pimp juice. Leave me alone. Listen, Why the Last Man is a great series that could be adapted. Powers, they tried to do it on.
There's all these other properties. Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
You got
Swamp Thing,
Shazam.
which unfortunately was canceled.
Exactly, Tav. That's what I'm saying. But that's what he's saying. He's saying let's get
Swamp
away
Thing
from.
is fantastic.
Do the other properties that you own.
Yeah.
Look, Jonah Hex.
Constantine was great.
Constantine, that was phenomenal.
They're talking about bringing Keanu Reeves back to do Constantine too.
I mean,
you know what? I like the Constantine movie for its own thing.
They brought him back on Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Which was
I think it was good.
But I was like, his show was great. Like I felt bad.
They ended up canceling that, didn't they?
They did.
One season.
CBS is back out of it. Like,
it was NBC.
Yeah, NBC.
Now let me ask you this. When you look at the success of Daredevil, well, I can't even say it's success anymore because they kiboshed it. But I know I watched Daredevil seasons 1 and 2. 3 kind of fell off a little bit for me. Jessica Jones, which is about as obscure as you can start to get in the Marvel. Once you start getting into the Jessica Joneses of the world, it's like...
See, that's the difference between...
The first season was good.
I like the second.
The second season was alright.
I like Purple Heart. You got to have a great antagonist.
But that's the difference between Marvel and DC strategy. In that Marvel took Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, who were their D-list characters, and turned them into...
People forget that. Iron Man wasn't even relevant.
Yeah.
And let's not get it. What kicked off
that
Marvel...
the whole shit around him.
But no, here's the craziest part. What kicked it off was Blade. Let's not forget that. That was the first time we saw Marvel stretched across the screen with the logo. And Blade, which is easily an E-list. I mean, Iron Man is well known. Blade, you kind of had to be black and into comic books.
People went into that thinking it was just a vampire movie.
Right.
Like me, because I didn't. I always say that I never knew that until
R-rated. It was also the first R-rated.
Yeah, Sash, you didn't know that was a Marvel movie, right?
1984.
With Dolph Lundgren?
That's what I said when he said that shit. I was like,
See, I'm with Taryn. She said she loved Luke Cage so much. Sweet Christmas. Good tagline. I'm glad you knew that. I thought Luke Cage, number one, the first season was a home run, and the second season, well, it was a home run up until they killed Cottonmouth. Sorry,
It's probably the blackest thing on television.
Bro, it was.
And it wasn't
the shows. Just the title of the shows was named after album songs.
I had to pause it, right? Because I had to look up when that scene between Misty and her police chief, and she's like, "Oh, so you just gonna let your soul root?" And I was like, "What is a soul root?" Because I had to Google that,
and I still don't know what that means. So
it's sorority sister.
Yeah. Soul root. Yeah. Yo, I thought Luke Cage was the Marvel version of Black Panther in television form. It was for the culture. Black Panther was 100% for the culture.
Facts.
Luke Cage was definitely for the culture, and Black Lightning is DC's version of for the culture. I'm not saying Black Lightning's not solid. I'm with Ramon in save the Lois and Clark stuff. I'm biased because I don't like Superman at all. Not even a little bit.
I like Superman.
You like Superman? I think he's an illegal alien.
I don't like that.
He's not an American.
He's not an American. That's why my favorite comic book character is Captain America. I'm all for immigrants. No, I'm joking.
You mean Captain Puerto Rico? Because that's what his flag.
Which is weird because it definitely is Captain Puerto Rico. But yeah, well, Wepa for Latinx fans out here.
Puerto Rico is part of America, so he's still Captain.
It is a territory.
Is a U.S. territory.
It is a
very
U.S.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans are American citizens.
They keep trying.
They don't treat them like that. That's for sure.
Well, all Puerto Ricans are born with a superpower called a green card.
Dope. And then there's the kryptonite called Donald Trump. It really was an all moment in hurricanes. It definitely seemed to be a kryptonite to Puerto Rico. No, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Convention company Wizard World removes Philadelphia from its list of 2020 events. So
yay!
So
Did you say that was Wizard World, right?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you for doing us a long-awaited favor because we didn't want you to come back anyway.
Go off!
But y'all talking about me throwing shade.
No, because they saying it like they did something to us. Like they ain't nothing
Wizard World has been
ridiculous.
dead for like 5 years.
Yeah, it's trash.
Yeah.
And even I went to Keystone Con.
It was a big old swap meet.
Yep. Is there any outside of the independent cons?
I haven't been since I was pregnant. My son is about 5.
I went
So I
from
would.
Outside of the independently owned cons, there isn't really any big cons that come into Philadelphia that are. If y'all know of any cons,
nope, because
like I know we had Nertino here, and you still got J1 Con, which is an AC, but still, you know, it's fully centric.
We chase away a lot of things because, and it's always the same reason
feel
because
like
it costs too much.
But I feel like part of that was on Wizard World though, because they didn't have a lot of local like talent and come in and do that. They want to fly in all these like
It's like
cosplayers
$150
and
for tickets for the weekend.
No,
Like,
because once you start charging people $250 just to take a picture with an individual, like the celebrity stuff has gotten out of hand. Rocky was going to come at Keystone Con, of course, Sylvester Stallone. Not only did they pay him $250,000 just to show up, a picture with him was going to be $500. Let me tell you something, bro. Your statue,
I can go stand with
yeah,
the
like
statue.
your statue is right over there by the art museum, bro. I don't
For
need to
free.
be next to you.
Yeah, it's not really
Tom
not that
Holland
deep.
was half.
Tom Holland was
Who's
250.
more relevant? Half.
But that was
He took
Keystone.
Spider-Man.
That was Keystone Comic Con.
But Rocky was supposed to come to Keystone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's real wild. They must have.
I'm sorry. The capitalization and marketing over geek culture is now gotten to a point where the fat cats are milking us, and and I can tell you from a vendor's perspective, because we talk to them very often, that they feel like it's a petting zoo, and that they're not making the same amount of money because people don't come there for the art and for the creativity. They come there for the celebrities. And if you are a con goer, or if you're thinking about starting a con, or you're developing your own con, or you have a con, just keep in mind, celebrities definitely bring people in, but the culture, geek culture as a whole, has always supported the creatives. And when they start to take a back seat to the celebrity, you kind of lose the essence of what it means to go to a convention. That's why we don't like doing it anymore.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm one of those people where I'm not paying this high ticket price to go to a con if there's no celebrity that I don't want to see. Now, that's not to say that I don't buy stuff when I get there.
Right.
I only buy from vendors where they have stuff I can't buy online, or original artwork, or I might get like a little comic book or like a trinket or something like that. Like, I'm all about supporting like local artists and like small businesses, but I'm not gonna lie, what gets me in the door is I got to meet Gina Torres.
Yeah, Gina
Yeah,
Torres.
she's
Gina
a
Torres is
huge-
single-handedly one of the most beautiful women ever created on earth.
She's a huge hero.
And I mean inside
So
and
what
out.
is she? I'm sorry, because I'm not familiar with. Okay.
Firefly is probably her biggest.
Cleopatra
she was in the-
25.
She just played in My
Birds of
Dreams
Prey.
last
Yeah.
night.
The Matrix.
Cleopatra 25.
Oh, okay.
She was in the Matrix
Okay, that's
trilogy.
helpful.
Yeah. She was the bull's
She did
wife.
anything
No,
cool
or the
in
sister.
Matrix
She was a
trilogy,
sister.
though.
Oh,
She was a sister in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
She was Link's sister.
We'll bring up
yeah.
a picture of her.
She didn't do anything.
It is what
You know, I was actually at Keystone Comic Con, and she at the booth that I was working at, and she came over and was like, and took a picture with the crew and everything. So it was like
Well,
heaven.
I don't know why she would ever come near you, Ramon. I wonder what it could have been that drew her to your vicinity.
Yeah, okay. she's got Morpheus back home.
Yeah, she like, yo, Lawrence Fishburne is looking rough in his later years. I don't know if it's lupus or something. I don't know what's going on.
You gonna say I don't know?
He's getting puffy face. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tired.
Watch him on Blackish. He is straight hood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Straight hood.
I love it. I've always loved Larry. I mean, that's
real Larry.
No, but I'm saying, like, I met her one year, and then the year after that, I met Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan when I was pregnant. Yeah.
I am not an Anthony Mackie fan. He's gay.
Depends what
No,
movie.
no.
Listen, you got it. I mean, that's a problem.
That hand gestures with men, you say he's. That's what you thinking.
I was about to say, well, striking vipers makes more sense now.
He says some stuff that makes me kind of suspect, but I do overall.
Which
do
is
like him.
quite all right, Anthony. Live your truth. I just wanted to. It is universally known in the black community when you do this. All right. As long as I just wanted to make sure my blackness I was in tune with the rest of the culture. We Game of Thrones fans rejoice. House of Fire and and Blood is in development on HBO. They killed the prequel though, right?
Yeah, so the prequel, the Game of Thrones, like the regular prequel that people wanted, did get killed, but they're switching that over into favor of the House Targaryen backstory. Which House Targaryen by itself has a very
that's where all the dragons came from.
Yeah, so dragons.
The Dance with Dragons.
Yeah, I'm with all of that because I am.
Did y'all hear why the other one got canceled?
No, what's going on?
Apparently, it was too woke for.
Wow.
Yeah, it was too woke. This is the rumors that are going around. Like they were going to make certain characters lesbian that weren't lesbian. They were gonna switch up and make some of the characters that in the original Game of Thrones on HBO they were gonna make them people of color. It was like this whole thing where they were gonna try to like.
We were gonna have a Hunger Games thing again when they turned the black girl. The girl in the book, they made her black, and everybody had a whole fit.
Rue is black in the book. The only people who were mad about that were people who didn't read it.
Yeah.
I would say District 11 is full of it.
Hey, I don't want give
Like,
her a
I
candy
don't want
dick.
no smoke.
Give her a candy
No, but
dick.
that really was dumb that they was all going off and they didn't even know what they was talking
people
about.
in Harry Potter were mad that Cho Chang, they cast a Chinese actress. I said the bitch's name is Cho Chang. You don't get more Chinese
That's
than
it
that.
too.
and then some people argued that they was like, well, that was racist because they just automatically jumped her to be an Asian because her name was But then now that's reaching. I think that's reaching for you to try to call somebody racist for making that assumption.
I hate to say this because Kurt always has to be the most difficult one. I am one of those people who I do not like when they change a character to fit a niche. I don't care if you come up with new characters. Case in point, Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch. I hated that. I thought that was the dumbest thing since sliced bread.
It made no sense.
I didn't like it.
It made no sense to me.
Mr. Terrific being made gay. I don't have a problem with that. But why do you have to change it? Now, if you changed it in the comic book, there was never an iteration of that. No. Now, when you
so
change,
what's the difference between changing it in the comic book and changing it on TV?
Well, because the comic book is canon.
Yeah, well, they did that with Iceman.
There you go. That's why I don't have a like. If they had Iceman,
but the way they did it was so stupid.
It's a strict thing for people who really care
about
these things, and I don't have that attachment, so I can't really understand what it is exactly. I'm in the air about it.
But once again, I always tell you, I'm a comic book geek at first and foremost. So when I watch Civil War, the movie, I always compare it back to the arc. And there's certain elements, and I know that they're going to change things, but when you change specific key elements, case in point, when they made Captain America part of Hydra, all hell broke loose, and then they had to rewrite the canon because there's just certain key things that if you change it without it being an alternate, like Superman and Red Sun, they built an alternate universe where this makes sense. All I'm saying is, you don't always have to fit a character into whatever niche market to bring diversity. Just make new characters.
Like making shampoo bottles have rainbows on them because that's going to make the population go buy them. The whole LGBT community is going to buy the shampoo now.
But no, because that to me is like, that doesn't make sense because it's like, just because like that makes it canon in the comic books, there's people who are gonna complain about that too. Like you can do it.
If you make a movie based off the actual work of art and you make it according to the book, that people want more of that.
It's like with the anime thing to where that's one of the things that I love about Watchmen.
Right.
That I'm enjoying about Watchmen. The show is actually more truthful to the comic book than the movie was.
And that's the point.
The Dragon Ball Z movie.
Go ahead, Sass.
Because the Dragon Ball Z movie, everybody hated that movie because we all know who Goku and everybody is and who they're supposed to be. And then now you got all of these people who are obviously not resembling who these characters are that you've grown to know and love.
But if the movie was good, would it have mattered? The movie was also just trash.
It would have mattered to me, but you know why it would have mattered to me? Because I'm an anime fan. So that's why I'm like, I can get the thing with the comic books because if you're really a deep fan of something, you don't want to see that thing that you really care about be screwed up or that live action.
But if it wasn't screwed up and if it was good and done
still
No,
would have
once
been
you
screwed
change-
up because you
I'll give you
changed
a
my
case in point.
people.
And now, mind you, I'm going back in time, a little bit older. He-Man. He-Man's Dolph Lundgren's version is a steaming pile of garbage, even for an 80s movie, because none of it makes sense. They added all these new characters. They changed things that were canon. Skeletor didn't look like Skeletor. Heck, let's go even forward.
Henchmen look like damn.
Apocalypse in the X-Men.
I lose.
Hey, that's my point. That's my point. Whenever you listen, there are cosplayers
That do it
that have
better.
better costume design. We have an image. I don't care who it. Actually, this is a perfect segue. It's like making a Harriet Tubman movie and putting Julia Roberts in it to be more. Like, come on. There's just.
Should I?
Yeah, oh yeah. By the way, yeah, because are we here yet? Are we at that part?
You skipped one.
Oh no.
I said you
No.
skipped
I
one,
can't.
but
Yeah, no, we can't
skip
skip
one,
over
but
that.
We gonna hold off of that?
Yeah, no. Hold on to that. Let me just get this last one out. Into the Spider-Verse sequel announced for 2022. So even though it's very far away, at least we know that there are going to be more villains. And apparently they're incorporating everybody in the Spider-Verse, even the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Go. What do y'all feel?
I'm so sad it's far away.
It's about damn time.
Preach on it, brother.
Because, all right, first of all, I went to see I saw Spider-Verse like 5 times in the movie theater, okay? With my son each
For the
time.
culture.
The moment that Miles Morales started speaking Spanish to his mom, I'm jumping up and down. See, I'm doing
Wepa!
I was like, because I don't know if you peeped this, Rosie Perez was his mother.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, thank you, because like I was telling somebody else, whenever they do Hispanic characters in something, they always have them say something, but they'll throw in a Spanish. So they'll be like, oh, let me tell you something, mija. And that's it. That's how you know they're Hispanic.
Yeah.
But this was a character that was like,
he
no.
said like 2 whole sentences in Spanish.
In Spanish.
New York Spanish though. It's like New York Spanish words that I grew up with. The better thing is the dad. Like the way the dad handled Miles is how my dad handled me. He didn't speak Spanish, so he was just like, well, you know, like that's the way my dad used to act. Like when your mom said this, I don't know what she said, but it sounded bad. So
To me,
it was great.
to see an Latinx character, and it always for me is the coming of age part where he's standing on the side of the skyscraper and he makes that jump, and I still like I'm 37 years old and I'll still do a backflip.
I cried 3
dangerously.
times during
As
that
you
movie.
should, bro. It's one of those it's one of those movies that hits so close to home for not only for the culture. It actually to me was more impactful than Black Panther. For me personally, because it was animated, number 1. Number 2, it was extremely well done. Extremely well done. And that's how you take a canon character, change them up, introduce something new, and then bring it to the movies. What did they do? Miles Morales was already well known in the comic books. So this wasn't a stretch. Same thing they did with Nick Fury. Before they brought Black Nick Fury, because they totally, I was one of those guys like, wait a minute, why is Nick Fury black? But they did an alternate universe in the
Did that
Ultimates.
in the comic books because of Samuel L. Jackson.
No, they didn't. That's still. See, I was about to say, don't get me started on the comic book. That was the Ultimates universe. That was something totally different.
Yeah, but they based
No,
when they were drawing the character.
They based it on Samuel
Right.
L.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. They definitely. They took.
Like Samuel L. Jackson had met him and he knew he was like a big fan.
Well, him and the boys, because the lead character is the boy from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. If you read the boys, I don't know if you read the boys' actual comic book. If I can recommend anything to you, Ultimates and the boys comic graphic novels.
Boys will throw you on the loop.
Woo.
Boy.
You think the show is deep? Y'all ain't seen. Yeah, that dolphin rape scene ain't nothing compared to the
That's
graphic
toned
novel.
down.
All right, so Hot Topics is over. We're about to bring in our guests, and we're going to play you a trailer. But first and foremost, Don, can you please bring up our noob of the week?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bang.
So noob of the week.
Get him.
The
Wait,
Call
is she
Cassidy.
a noob? I thought she turned it down.
Who? No. The noob of the week isn't Julia Roberts.
Okay.
The caucasity of it all. that when the screenwriter in the 1990s was trying to bring Harriet to the movie screens, Harriet Tubman, he went before a board of executives who said, "Hey, we love the script, great story. Why don't we cast Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman?"
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So white people, whiting.
Yes, and claiming stuff they ain't supposed to. When he retorted with, "Hey, you know she can't be Harriet Tubman. It's as a pillar of the black community. I think we should cast somebody black." His response was, "Oh, but it was so long ago. No one's gonna care." That was, yeah.
Okay. I
That
mean, well, you do that and see where that gets you in life.
Somebody said it should have been Meryl
Let's see what the
Streep.
outcome of that.
Yeah, don't bring me Pretty Woman. Why she got to be? Why you got to bring me Pretty Woman? At least give me a regal white woman if you're gonna change them up. I'm just saying. So no regal white women.
No, nobody. No.
Gotcha.
No, people had a bad enough attitude with this Harriet Tubman because she's British.
Yeah, I cannot believe that somebody really thought that replacing.
Really? You can't.
But Harriet Tubman.
But people.
If that's the case, then Abraham Lincoln should be played by Morgan Freeman.
Oh, but you can't do that to their heroes.
Well, apparently.
That's why I said sometimes I question if it was really a gift for me to be brought into this universe. Because I be sitting here sometimes like, why did you put me here? Like, is it a good reason? Am I supposed to be doing something today?
Don't let me cosplay as Aquaman because there can't be a brown Aquaman.
Well, now they can.
Don't be a black Superman because, like you said, you can't do it to their heroes.
No, somebody said they would have went forward with it if it was Sandra Bullock.
Oh man!
Well, you know Scarlett Johansson is like, I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
I'm sorry. If Sandra Bullock did that, I wouldn't cry because I love Sandra, but I wouldn't be able to love her no more for doing that. Like for actually accepting that part, I wouldn't be able to respect her as a human being anymore.
I ain't even gonna front.
Taryn was like, Earth is so ghetto.
Yo,
It is. Ain't it?
And to my Morgan Freeman comment, whoever loved that, just remember, he's already played the president and God multiple times. He could definitely be Abraham Lincoln.
Well, wasn't that part of the whole thing with Abraham Lincoln? That some people suspected that he might be
black.
Get
the heck out of here.
Just because he's from the
South.
I saw. When I look at pictures of him, he looked like he got a little bit of.
Well, it's
a little bit of.
Would you really be surprised with all the rape of slaves and whatnot?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, maybe not. But I put it like this, Morgan. I Loved You in Glory. It was during that time anyway. I think you could have did it. Mm-hmm. Much love to you. Don, we have a trailer up next, right? Yeah. All right, super dope. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play our trailer of. Hold on.
A Beautiful Day.
Thank you. What is this? Is this a movie I care about?
It's the Mr. Rogers movie.
Oh, I love Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. He's like one of the only decent human beings on.
Literally.
And he was like a military war hero. He was a murderer. He was like a sniper or something, right?
No.
Huh?
But he was colorblind.
Really? So wait a minute, hold on. All these years that they mean that wasn't true?
And he was vegetarian.
He was vegetarian. All right.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I mean, I never talked about it.
Yeah, but then they got my man Tom Hanks playing it. And
who is related to him?
Really?
What?
Yes.
He's related to him?
Yeah, he went back through his genealogy.
Oh, that's because he's white and he had a genealogy. All right, so we get ready to play the trailer, and this is what did you say? A Beautiful Day. I was about to say A Beautiful World. Why is it called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? It didn't make more sense.
Because
play the trailer, Brian. Play the trailer.
Hello, neighbor.
Hey, I'm looking for Fred Rogers. In here.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers. I'm here to interview you.
It is so nice to meet you.
You okay?
Profiling Mr. Rogers.
Boyd, please don't ruin my childhood.
This piece will be for an issue about heroes. Do you consider yourself a hero?
We are trying to give the world positive ways of dealing with their feelings.
Yeah? Like what?
There are many things you can do. You can play all the lowest keys on a piano at the same time.
You love broken people. Like me.
Sometimes we have to ask for help, and that's okay. I think the best thing we can do is to let people know, that each one of them is precious.
Hey, Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Please won't you be my neighbor?
That was wonderful.
Oh, I thought she.
Hey, what it do, y'all?
No.
Tef had to step out to pee real quick. So.
Don't put her on blast like that.
You know what? See, and I just failed, girl.
Oh, my goodness.
You Kurt, God damn it. Now you making me look bad because I failed girl code. I should have been the person to say something so that you couldn't say nothing. And then she gonna go look
Let me
at
tell you
this
something.
and be like, Sassy ain't even had my bag.
Yo,
Because of you.
I wanted to slide that. I was like, don't let her come back in time because I knew what I was going to do.
Man, I should have known better. I knew who I was sitting with.
Hey, listen, we
Trash
know she has a
bag.
small bladder. It's okay. And we drink a lot of water on the show. Sometimes you got to take a pee-pee.
Why you gotta say take a pee-pee? I mean, I don't care if people know that I pee. I don't care if people know that I poop, but still. I just told my supervisor I farted today. I'm so serious.
Wait, you're a girl and you admit, excuse me,
Wait a
you're
minute.
a woman and you admit to farting?
Oh yeah, I do. He came in my vicinity. I farted really loudly and nobody was around. And then he came by and he was in my space. I was like, let's shift over this way. And I was like, you know why I told you? Because he was looking like, and I'm like, I told you that because I thought I was alone and I farted. And I didn't want you to get a whiff of it, so I said, let's move over here. And he was just like, I can't with you and laughed about
That's
it.
wifey material right now. Let me tell you something.
What?
Because there's no worse feeling than thinking you're alone and then crop dusting and then having somebody walk into your ambiance.
Yeah, so I was trying to save him.
No, you wanna make people uncomfortable? Go get on the elevator, because I've done this. Like I'll fart on the elevator, and then somebody will get on. I'll be like, yeah, that was me.
I
want you to know that you're rolling in my ambiance.
I do the opposite. When I see they notice it, and I'll be like, and I make sure to deflect my negative energy on them, and then they're like, oh, it wasn't me. I was like, yeah.
Oh man, so now you don't look like the bad guy because you was making so many faces.
Yeah, and then I always look in disgust, and then because you know.
You bust on the elevator, you turn to do.
Nah, see, what I do, I've done this a bunch of times. I'll hit the next button and just get off the next floor. It's not even my floor. I'm like, oh, this is me. Enjoy that.
I'm popping smoke and getting out of there.
Oh God, this going to abandon post after you did that.
Nice to know I didn't miss anything important.
Yeah, I just let the people know that you had stepped out for a second. I didn't. Don, dang, nigga, you ARM, stop drop snitching.
It didn't matter because I was going to tell her anyway because girl code.
Y'all some dry, you know snitches get stitches
Well,
and
it's
lay down
not
in ditches.
snitches when you a girl because we allowed to do that. We bypass that loophole. I'm female.
That's what happens when I lose my money. Anyway, listen, we are back and we have a super dope guest. on the box with us? What would it?
Oh, she just shouted out his shirt, and I thought it needed
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Well, we need to introduce who he is. Hi, he.
Hi, he.
What it do? Listen, this is my man 50 Grand, one of the dopest DJs on the block, keeping it rock. Could you please introduce yourself to our loyal fans?
Hello, everybody out there in the Head Nerds in Charge world. My name is Awesomus Prime.
I got it.
We got it. I am a nerdy DJ who DJs at conventions up and down the East Coast, and hopefully trying to spread my wings a little bit out in the Midwest.
Say, and come into a con near you.
Yeah, hopefully. I got a couple. I can't announce any yet, but I got some coming up soon.
Hey, you know what? We're about to come back, Wall. See, none of y'all ever finished my lyrical tracks. Only Jason
Because
does.
I'm not friend your games. I'm tired of your mess. I'm not playing these games.
These broken wings.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Then you snagging my weave and your cramps.
I was just trying not to spit on you this time. I was trying to direct it this way. I love you though.
Yeah, like, well, we know this isn't. We know this.
Hey, listen,
Whatever.
she got about as
I
much
don't
hair.
have Shaka Khan hair.
She got as much hair as I do.
Okay, well, let's not go there.
I have my edges. Anyway.
I got my edges too.
Listen, I just want to take Awesomus beard and put it like on the top.
Right,
I want
just the whole thing.
That's the whole. Yeah, just sit it right on top. Get the little.
You gonna look like a troll.
I hate you.
You are.
You know, I've got to stop booking guests that have more hair than me. Like, look, he's got these beautiful
really
locks.
Hard to do. Though,
I hate you. I hate you. I hate your essence.
Or maybe you should just give in and get one of these manly hair pieces already.
Get your man
No, Kurt, don't do that.
No, you want to say don't do that. Wait.
If you come in here with a cat,
The rose.
What about the cool ones that you can't tell that they have?
there is no.
Yeah,
America. There is no cool.
If y'all want me to come in,
wouldn't have known.
if y'all want me to come in on one of these episodes with a man weave, hashtag man weave in the chat right now.
You're black
man weave,
and you're bald.
Yes, and I love it.
I think you need to just go with that because that is your strength.
I appreciate you.
That is your strength.
They say that black bald men are one of the most attractive demographics in the world, and a bald man wrote that article. So
we got a circle starting. Man weave, man weave, man weave. Man weave. I'm about to share this.
Judas. And Terrence said Mr. Clean may be free for next week. You know what? Y'all some jerks. Yo, and for those, I know we're having audio issues on Facebook. If you do have us on Twitch, you can, and it's okay. It's not Don's fault. Please stop blaming Don and stop DMing him stuff because Don's doing the best he can. We can't help that. Who the boy that owns Facebook? What boy name? Zuckerberg. We've been zucked. So maybe come out and come back in, or we're on YouTube and Twitch. Much clearer streams on other platforms. Just don't bother Don with it. We got on man weaves. We got all this luxurious hair and intelligence and geekdom sitting up in here. Real quick, we just wanted to recap. We were at the Urban Action Expo showcase. Have you guys ever heard of this convention?
Yeah,
You've been before, right? Yeah. Awesomus, have you ever had an opportunity to go up
actually,
there?
the first time I heard about it was actually this year, and I found out about it just a little too late.
All right. Well, we got to make sure we get back up there.
We got man weave popping in the chat.
I really hate y'all for that, and don't do that. As a matter of fact, I'm about to issue our normal challenge of shares. Where are we at?
We're at 65. Yeah,
are we
66.
Really?
I just
66 shares. Good God. All right. So if we end up with 80 shares. No, how many y'all? Because y'all not going to embarrass me.
I say you come in. You should come in with one of them big old kawaii, like Japanese girl, pink old, with the big old puppy.
I'll do you one better.
Yo.
No. I will come in with whatever hairpiece Awesomus picks for me.
All right.
He'll find it online. I'll procure it, and I will wear it for an entire show if we get up to 90 shares.
Damn. All right.
I'm trying to make this happen. I'm doing all this stuff I can do.
I hate you. No.
Yes.
The perm from Conan when James Earl Jones had. James Earl Jones.
With the little
I'm already not at all.
That's the Earl of Steel.
Listen, I'm gonna turn. Y'all seen that meme where they say when James Earl Jones makes that turn like the woman at every Jamaican store? And he looks. Yeah. Listen, that's how I'm gonna roll my eyes at y'all if I gotta wear that hot thing. Cause they get hot in here.
Oh yeah, no. Bria said he needed 2B with the China bag. 2B with a China bag.
I don't know where you are in the world, but if you don't have any shoes on, please go kick a rock.
You don't even know what 2B is.
And lead it with your pinky toe.
Well, that's better because Terrence was like, you need to get one of them joints like the braids Tyler Perry uses in his plays.
Oh no, not Tyler Perry. No, let me get Michonne's wig that she wears on.
Oh, dude, I got you. I got.
Oh, you got them from Bishop, right?
Yeah. Oh no. I got locks that I could donate to your wig.
Listen, I got excited about a wig. He's like, no, I have actual hair. He's like, like Awesomus can shave and probably cook the whole time.
We can buy you a pack of locks and get that stocking cap with the braids and crochet.
You know what? Honestly, what we can do is next time you shave your mustache, just donate that hair to me.
I just wish you had a mustache.
I do. I never had one of these.
Bald head.
I never had a mustache.
Oh, bald head.
Wish you had all of this.
Yeah, that sucks, y'all. You stop.
No hair, don't care. F y'all. Listen, we were at the Urban Action Expo. I keep saying Expo, Showcase.
It's a showcase and expo.
Is that so? I'm not wrong.
This is a showcase and expo.
Listen, it's a great convention which features action movies, action stars, and heroes in martial arts in the black community. There were so many amazing celebrities there. I was excited to see Fred Williamson, who's Black Caesar, and the Hammer, and you might remember him from Original Gangsters. At least I'm a '90s baby, but you know, Black Caesar is one of the things he's really super popular for. Also, one of the featured people was I was leaving that for the last one.
Nafisa
Yeah,
Williams.
thank you. She knew who I was talking about. Thunder, and she was interesting. We didn't get an opportunity to talk to her.
About that.
Yeah. They treat. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything like that. We just didn't get a chance to talk to her, but we did get to sit in on Michael Jai White's.
I sat in on her panel on the She Wrote.
How was it?
It was awesome.
What did she talk about?
So it was mostly like talking about how like seeing female heroes that look like you on TV, and I did a interview which I posted on my Instagram with the Women in Comics, one of the leaders there. Women, like, they write in comics and stuff like that. Regine L. Sawyer, and she was there talking about, you know, like being a woman and being a woman of color, like establishing your place in like a male-dominated industry, and you know, just being there and kicking ass. And she was a really dope interview. I posted it on my Instagram and my Teffy Wonder like Instagram page. It's getting a lot of views.
I'll say this: I was introduced to some women who are of the Islamic faith, who are martial arts masters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She led the panel.
Let me tell you something. These were some dope black women, and I mean, they had an air of royalty about them, like a regal, like you. It's one thing, you know, we have a personal respect for our elders, whether it's the Hispanic community or the black community. You know, you already come in with like, you know, come on, mijo, I'll throw this flip flop at your head. You don't want that problem.
Things like boomerangs.
Yo, you ain't never like they can't never hit nothing, but let them throw that flip flop. It is deadly accurate.
I'm done.
That just turns corners.
It does. It does. No, for real. I got a story.
You
if
see,
you
he
want to
rubbed
hear
the back
later.
in his head. He instantly was like, "This is why I had the dreads to protect me." But these women, these women were so amazing and so. It just we're going to do a feature on them a little down the line because they're doing something in April. We're going to go out and cover it. We're going to connect with these individuals because that's one of the things that we definitely love to promote here on the show is not only women of color, but women of color who do dope things that you have no clue that they're out here doing. So I think that was super cool that Tef got the opportunity to do the panels. You were running around all on your own. You ain't need big bro to have your back. Nothing.
Because you abandoned me.
Yup. And you know why? Because I snuck in the Michael Jai White Stuntman show. As a matter of fact, we have the footage from
Which
that.
Which is ridiculous because we should have been invited there.
Yeah. Well, no, it was actually a private. It was something completely private from what everybody else was doing. And, you know, when you're 6'1", 300 pounds, and you wear a crown, who's going to tell me not to come into someplace? But I actually have the footage from that. Don't be like that,
As
Don.
we saw at J1.
We got a quick
As we saw at J1.
We got a quick video to kind of recap a couple cool things that we saw at the Urban Action Showcase. Don's gonna play it for you right now.
Now, act like you're here again. Now we're together. See? It's about that your body tells more on your choreography than anything else. Now believe me, one of the most important things about a good fight scene is your uke or the person that's taking in the blows. All right? If, just like he threw the same punch several times, but when I did what I did, you guys were like, oh! Okay? Now, is that because of his punch or my reaction? Reaction. See what I'm saying? So, it's very important for me to have people who know how to react well and realistic. Like my guys in Blood and Bone, like say that the scene where I'm going down, hitting everybody. Well, keep in mind, I'm hitting no one. Because if you hit people, you know, there are some people who get off on hitting people, Mr. Seagal, but I mean, but honestly, like some stunt guys actually like to get hit. You know what I mean? So it's a trade-off. Some people like to be, I don't like to hit my stunt guys. Even though some of them say, yeah, I can take it. I'm like, okay. But
I hate you. I hate you so much. In every way, shape, and form.
I snuck it in.
I hate you.
She parked too close to the other car and had to dip.
It wasn't the other car. It was I parked too close to the fucking structure.
Yeah, and so Tim had to bend over and kind of waddle through the thing. It was hilarious. Anyway, Michael Jai White was super cool about everything. I mean, as a martial artist, obviously, he's bar none.
What do you do?
Who? Him?
Your martial art.
Me? Eating.
Oh. No, you said as a martial. Oh.
Michael Jai White.
Oh yeah. You thought that this man right here had some more.
No. I've seen some big dudes.
Mac and cheese soup.
No, I'm not even saying it just because he's just not going to retain it.
First and foremost, I'm a Golden Gloves boxer.
You don't buy
Where did you buy? Like, did you get that out the quarter, John?
Not no martial arts. I don't see you being.
Shout out to Happy Hollow Boxing Gym. Y'all know what it is down.
That's different.
No, that's a martial art.
That is a martial art.
Boxing? It's an American martial art.
But in Sassy's category, that's different.
I can box these two heads together, nigga. Come and keep your feet on the ground.
Two hands around them ribs.
Yep. As y'all can tell on a black show, you never know when mac and cheese and ribs might come out.
What? It doesn't look the fun about that. They over here eating barbecue all on the side. Like,
I got hungry.
Oh my God. You
I'm talking about wings.
I haven't eaten anything yet today.
Look at you making it.
This is the first thing I'm eating today.
Oh, we have chilitos.
This one is
Yeah, you can give him all that.
You can have some penis.
So big shout out to the Urban Action Showcase for having us come through. Every year it always gets bigger and bigger and doper and doper. And we really appreciate y'all having us, the head nurse in charge, come down, cover the event. All the dope cosplayers that were down there. Shout out to Eric and Jabbar and Phoenix, Tranquil Ashes and CC the Geek for setting everything up for us and treating us and giving us love. We went to BBQs and had their sticky wings. Tef had never tried them before. And
it was alright.
Did you just say that the sticky wings were all right?
I said
Wait,
what I
sticky
said.
wings from where?
From Dallas. Dallas BBQs? You never had?
No, where was it?
It's in New York, baby.
Oh.
They're bringing one to the
Well,
gala.
then I guess I'll be trying it one day.
Yo, you cannot go. Yeah, Sassy do keep trying to play me, yo.
But it's how I get my joy in life. Like, that's literally what brings me my happiness is coming here on Wednesdays and making sure that I play Kurt at least twice. Like, it has to be a minimum of twice. If that doesn't happen, then I'll be miserable for the rest of the week.
Dang,
and then what? Like, what do I have to live for at that point?
Don't you want Sassy to be happy? God. Thought we were supposed to be ladies helping ladies.
Yeah, you were supposed to wipe my happiness. Okay, I'm
can
done.
kiss my heart. You know what? Listen, we got DJ Awesomus Prime in the house, and I would like to take a positive turn in the right direction by going and highlighting this good brother and getting you hating behind niggas off my back.
I'ma still be on your back. I'ma be on your back until the day you die.
Oh, that was ominous.
That's like succubus life.
Yeah, that's
right.
Succubus life all day. So, DJ Awesomus Prime, where in the Blue Blazers do you get off being an Autobot?
All right, so look, listen.
I love it. You know he part of the culture. We be like, all right, listen up.
So there's a very, very deep debate over what side is better. I kind of feel like because of the culture that we all grew up with, everybody now identifies better with villains, which is why the Disney villains are a lot more popular than their princess and prince counterparts at the moment. However, I still feel, based on the 80s and 90s, that the Autobots and the Ninja Turtles and the G.I. Joes are still the better heroes.
Well, nobody likes Trevor.
Now, for me, Optimus is my favorite hero out of that group.
Okay.
And that's kind of where that all stemmed from. I also feel like they just had more interesting characters than the Decepticons. I feel like the Decepticons had like two really cool characters. Shockwave and Soundwave, that's it. Yeah. Those are the only two. And then I love both of those two. Like, they are my favorite Decepticons.
You didn't like Starscream?
No, Starscream's too annoying to me. Like, because I've gone back and watched it again, and it just, he just gets on my nerves so quick. But I understand that he really is just like the welcome mat for Megatron to wipe his feet on all the time. Like, that is literally his purpose in life, which is why it made it even better in the movie when Megatron, dies and whatever, and there's Starscream, all hail King Starscream, and there he is on the throne, and then comes freaking, what does he call himself? Galvatron. He walks in, and he's just like, here's my dick. I'm sorry,
Note
Master.
Do not eat a gristle next to DJ Awesomus Prime.
First of all, I had to make a face, and I don't know if anybody's seen that in the middle of this conversation, because I hear a crunch, something going.
It was the gristle.
Okay, now that's at the point now you eating pieces that don't even need to be eaten. Then you gonna be up in the dentist's office.
First off, every black person knows you eat everything.
And that's why that man was in dental. I heard him. It was like, what was you chewing? Oh, the gristle from the bones. Sir, you can't do that and keep your teeth intact. That's why he was in there.
Y'all them people that leave meat on wings. I can tell.
I'm that person who has my teeth.
Gristle and cartilage
I strip even the little retarded legs down.
You got to
the retarded
I
legs.
don't leave meat on the bone.
That's
okay.
I forgot. We can't say that because it's not PC no more.
I know. Now, here's my thing with that. No, I'm not even going to get down on that.
Gristle and cartilage are not meat.
Yes, it is.
No, that was a Fuji's quote.
Stop crunching in my ear. And he keep doing it now. You just intentionally
we're
rude.
not slaves anymore, right? Like, you don't have to do that.
That's what I'm saying over here, eating Scrapple and all of this.
Oh, wait. No, Scrapple's good.
So you want to protect Scrapple, but he can't chew gristle. It's the same thing. It's just mushy.
I can't get down with Scrapple no more.
It's the same thing, but it's just mushed up and processed for you.
We can't have these everything but the oysters and ass niggas. Like, please stop.
Yo, hey, Awesomus.
It's not like he's eating chitlins.
Hey, I know y'all act like y'all ain't never had a rib.
But I ain't never chewed on the gristle in a
How much for
rib.
one rib? Pour the soda in my hand. Listen, Awesomus, we got a comment from the chat.
All right.
Terrence says, I'm not sure that I agree that the Autobots were the actual heroes. She said, but that's a conversation for another day. She said she wasn't going to go in on you. But
we could talk.
I'm just saying, you got Awesomus sitting right here in the booth with you. This is the time to attack him mercilessly.
Right.
If you so chose.
And it doesn't happen often, so I mean, I guess I'm ready for it? Question mark?
And just in case any of our women viewers, I clean the bone, baby.
Oh my God. So first of all, that was not what she was talking about when she was talking about cleaning stuff to the bone. And that's to the bone, not the whole bone. Like, don't dispose of the whole bone into your
You look a
stomach.
little too comfortable with that bone in your mouth, Kurt.
Put that down. Put that down. You're not going to embarrass me like that on TV. Sitting here scraping bones like you ain't never had a meal, like you done lost your mind.
I feed you.
Yo, Sassy will tell you, I was waiting for her to bring me this platter all day
And
long.
I texted him and was like, this where I'm at, because I know you waiting for this food.
Yo.
Because when I know I'm about to get some good food, I want to know your point of destination.
Y'all
so
don't
I can get
understand.
it.
I've been on the Negro diet. You heard the keto diet? I'm on the Negro diet. The one you can't afford it.
Oodles and noodles.
Yo, bro, it's been rough. This show is expensive, man.
And I'm on ghetto fabulous mode to where even though I really don't have no money, I'm still somehow spending money.
Yes.
And I probably shouldn't be doing
Each
that,
platter
but
is like $20. She bought me one.
See, I'm over here giggling because I'm Puerto Rican. Our food's cheap as hell to make. You know how much?
Yeah.
You know how much a plátano is? It's like 18 cents. Yeah, it's free.
Like
You can walk up, just green banana in my
And
pocket.
I'm about to say, ain't it like a banana?
Yeah, but it's starchy.
Oh, it's so much more than a banana.
It's
You can make tostones with it. You can make mofongo with it.
No, wait a minute.
Are cheap.
it's a fucking potato.
Yeah, you
Wait,
get pastelitos
yo,
for
you
$1.
said a
Right?
potato.
Y'all
Which
don't
is why I
understand
get
how-
mad
This
when
is
they
probably
make the
first
food
time
trucks
we
make
have
them
had
$5.
this many Latinx people in the room at once.
Yes.
Yeah, Bob, I say Don, because you're Afro-Latino. Latinx, I got to make sure I say it right. And Ramon, same for you, right?
Yeah, I'm Afro-Hawaiian.
And Chris, you're just
Boricua.
he was like,
If you want to know, there is like a started.
Oh, well, can somebody do me a favor, though, and for the other people who reviewing who might be in the same boat as me and needing an explanation, please can somebody explain to me where the term and why for Latinx that we're using? Because I just never heard of it. Nobody's ever taken the time to explain. I don't know.
It's pretty, yeah, it's a gender neutral term. And I'm going to say this personally. When it first came out, I was kind of confused. Just because we have Latino, which is for everybody. In the Spanish language, it's used for everybody. But in the same sense, people felt that, why are we using the masculine form of it to mean everybody?
But
Can I-
is that
so-
how you guys do it in the language?
Can I throw a caveat
took
in there?
Spanish for years.
Because
but
I feel,
that's just-
I think, and I want to do research into this because I'm like really curious about this. I think that the whole Latinx thing is being pushed by people who actually have no connection to the language. Because a lot of people,
keep messing us up.
a lot of people who are pushing that Latinx narrative don't actually speak Spanish, so they don't have a proper context to. And like somebody pointed out to me, like, yeah, well, Spanish wasn't our original language. True, but it's the language that binds us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But also, there's a lot of Spanish Latino people who don't speak Spanish and they feel disconnected because of it.
Got one of them. My parents started teaching me when I was 5 years old. And then no discredit to them, it was just that in that time, I was born in the 80s. So for those of you who want to know how old I am, you can figure it out now. But there was very much this, idea of, do I want to teach my children, both languages and kind of make it a little bit difficult for them, or do I just want to teach them English so that way they can get through school? And I kind of think that was the decision that a lot of people make. 'Cause I have a lot of friends who are Puerto Rican and Mexican and so on that don't speak Spanish.
It would have been done to me. I can't remember when I was 9. So I can't remember when I was 9, and then the public school system of New York went. This is back in the day when they didn't have Spanish teachers, so there was it was 8 Puerto Ricans in a little trailer, and that was pretty much your school. And you just always sitting there
in ELO or
good.
Listen, I have a super thick accent that I have. You hear it when I drink. That I have learned to repress.
When I get mad. Whenever I get mad, I get mad.
Oh yeah. It comes right out.
He recurs yo, I don't understand.
There is no need to get. We got a share check.
Hold on. Is this happening?
These hating behind women are really campaigning. Are we up to 80 shares yet? No.
76.
Yeah.
Yo,
Stop.
Come on, guys. 14 shares away from a man weave.
Why are they trying to do you like that?
Have you shared them to your groups?
Man,
Awesomus?
Have
you shared them to your page?
No. You don't have to. It would behoove.
I have to.
Put your phone down. There's a lot of people. You all are haters. Listen.
Or we are lovers of. You know what?
Lovers of you.
Awesomus. Let me now, mind you, for those and it's always that introspective into the Latinx community, and I say that out of respect because I'm big. I've always said Latino.
I try to use it so that way nobody is
offended, right?
But I do agree with Ramon.
See how he rolled in it? I'm like Ramon. You're like Ramon.
Just because I don't speak it, I know how to say this stuff properly. We can talk food all day.
You gotta roll the R.
Oh yeah.
You got Ramon.
It's because they couldn't tell us apart. Period.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you didn't say he was Puerto Rican, he could have been Cuban. Because Cubans were just like him. Most of my family in Isla Verde are dark.
Isla Verde?
Yep. Two of them.
79.
Like the guy from the guy from I used to tell people the guy from Fast and Furious, the 2 Spanish they're from Puerto Rico. They're like what? M. Bison, Raul Julia, Puerto Rico, all these great people, they're all different shades of dark.
Joaquin Phoenix, Puerto Rican.
Yep.
Now see, and that's why we kind of, and even Cesar Romero.
Yes. Cesar Romero.
Yeah,
his first Puerto Rican
has Hispanics have actually played Joker, some of the best roles as a Joker in history.
That's I forget her name, the girl that plays Regina in Once Upon a Time, Boricua.
I
did not know that.
We just got done talking about Gina Torres.
She was in she was in Thor Ragnarok. She was Valkyrie. She is half Puerto Rican.
She is.
Tessa Thompson. Yeah.
I never really knew what she was.
We used to play this game called Out the Hispanic.
That sounds so
else I thought who was Hispanic, and I don't know what
do it too.
Is he Filipino?
Who?
The Manny Pacquiao, if I'm pronouncing his
name. He's not. He's Filipino, not Cambodian.
And I was thinking the whole time that he was sometime.
Well, you know why we so hard to tell apart? Because we're all from Africa in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The team, Wakanda forever. It extends to our Latinx brethren. Don't get me started because.
I'm sorry, because you got a little black in
No Huey Freeman soapbox.
No Huey Freeman. But what I say is, people of color, no matter where your ethnicity originates from, because whether it's the slaves that came over to Puerto Rico and then with the Totino Indians, and then you get Puerto Ricans, or the Aztec Mayan.
You said Totino.
I can't never pronounce it right. I drink a lot on the show, so
I'm mad you said
that's because you got rib gristle in your teeth.
I like that.
At least I put something in my mouth. Anyway,
I'm gonna take a sip of water. It's too hot in here.
There you
go.
I'm gonna put a penis in my mouth.
This episode brought to you by Benedict Dukes.
I'm mad you said he just said it. He just said it.
That's the first time I've almost spit taped.
I
I done a lot of things on this show. Yo, he almost yeeted all that water out of my mouth. Sassy, you'd have been so mad at me.
Yeah, I would have been ill. And you just had ribs and it is swashed around in your mouth and you just spit it on me.
Collard green juice.
I would have got up. I would have straight gotten up right now and called my Uber and went home in the middle of the show. They would have been like, "Oh, Sassy legit mad right now." Yes, I am.
She got the Uber. He'd have been like, "You smell like barbecue sauce. It smells good."
Then I would have started cursing him out
Yeah.
before even telling me and reminding me of what just happened to
Sir,
me.
can you shut up and drive?
The horrific events
I
that
would pay
just
the
took
extra
place.
$3 for you to be quiet.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
I would tip you
exactly.
$20
Like,
to
just
shut
don't
the-
say nothing for the rest of the ride. Just zip it.
Now, just to get back on track, with the Latinx community kind of being underrepresented in media, culture, recently I know you both attended Nerdtina.
I was there, yeah.
Could you tell me about that experience? First of all, what is Nerdtina?
So Nerdtino is a
The first Latinx. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It's
Yeah,
the first Latinx convention on the East Coast.
because our sister convention's in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Wait a
I forget
minute.
the
You
name.
mean to tell me
there's like two that I know of in this
the
country.
history of geekdom, they've never. How does that happen?
Well, kind of what you were saying, just underrepresentation, which blows me away because me being a big comic book nerd, the DC Comics alone is run by Latinos. I am sorry. Ivan Reyes.
You ain't gotta apologize. Say it with your chest.
There's so many Hispanics that are either writers, colorists, inkers, in the comic world that I'm kind of just like, how did everybody just get glossed over?
Well, I challenge all 4 of you, 5 of you, if you want to join in, Don. Well, no, actually it's 4 because between his half and your half, you make them whole.
If this got anything to do with naming comic book characters,
You
I'm
already
with.
stop. Get out of my head. Shut up, Sassy. If y'all could just name me 5 Latinx superheroes
Cecilia Reyes from
that
X-Men.
are popular.
See, that's Machete. That's it.
That's
it.
And also, because for some reason, why did go to?
Grab your mic if you're gonna talk.
Hell no. I don't do anything.
You gotta turn it on first.
Go ahead. What were you about to say? No, there
actually was a really. He was kind of hot for a hot minute. He's on the X-Men. He's actually on the X-Men team, and they had to he got so powerful they had to write him off.
Cecilia Reyes was on the X-Men team.
Yeah, no, it was
Bobby DaCosta, he's Brazilian.
Not Sunspot.
No, the only person I can think of is Bane.
Bane?
Bane.
He's Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. It's like he doesn't count the Latinx.
He's Latinx.
He's still Latinx.
But that's what I said. That's why I said Latinx because that incorporates.
But they always. Isn't it funny how?
Yes.
It's funny. We've talked about this too.
No, I would love to go. Wait, no. Let's just take Bane for a second.
We'll take
Take Bane for a second. Don, if you could, I don't know if you could grab a picture of Bane and just throw him up there real quick. Yeah, give me.
How was it, Tom Hardy?
No, don't you dare.
Not that one.
No, not that Bane. And we're about to talk about that, and I would love to get your perspectives on it.
Bane is pretty good now.
Bane is one of Batman's most villainous foes, almost as intelligent as any other one. They always seem to dumb him down, but what's even worse than that, than the misrepresentation of the character is what, in your perspective?
They whitewash.
They whitewash him every time. They have. I mean, I know that you and I have had conversations about this, Kurt, a couple of times. Not behind the camera, but they seem to really kind of just dummy him down in a sense that just doesn't make sense at all. Because I pointed out that one of the best representations of him being Latinx was in the Arkham games. I forget. It's the third one in the series where it's the prequel to the whole thing. He actually had the accent. He spoke Spanish.
Give me an example. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, you like that?
I love that.
The Joker was in it, and he'd always call him El Payaso, which was the coolest thing. And
what does that mean, though?
The clown. The clown.
Help me! I failed Spanish.
But
I definitely.
I just thought that was such a cool moment.
Cállate, estúpido, es muy loco en cabeza.
First of all, don't come over there and get slick.
Tef is
She
more
about to
fair.
pull her switchblade
First of all,
out.
Spanish.
Let me see. Well,
Justice
New
being
York,
happy to you.
You pulled out of a television.
That you are cursing a lot today, Missy. That is your third one.
We're not gonna speak ill of Telemundo.
We can speak a little bit. No, we can speak a little bit Monday through Thursday.
Pero no, sábado gigante.
It's kind of whack. After 2 o'clock, it's kind of lit. Come on, y'all.
We had the opportunity to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New Jersey, and I really tried to give myself a crash course in Spanish.
I tried
beforehand, and I gave up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and see, you in Puerto Rican Day Parade. Puerto Rican Spanish is like its own animal.
Yeah.
We make up our own
We tried.
stuff.
I sat with your ass for a whole day and said, "Yo, this is Puerto Rican, New Jersey stuff. We give you everything you need to know what to do." He did it.
All right.
I said "wepa"
He did
multiple
great.
times.
That's not really.
He did great.
That is, but it isn't ours. Like for Puerto Rican, like I feel like "Me cago en tu madre" is more.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but that's
Or
come on, man! Y'all got to put subtitles or something. Don, type in some subtitles.
I don't want to explain that. That's really nasty.
Type in some subtitles and put banging up for somebody. Is banging up yet? No.
Me cago en tu madre translates to I shit on your mom.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's like one of those.
No, forget that. What you say,
It's
nigga?
a hell of an insult.
It's an instant fight. It's an instant fight statement, no matter what's going on. If we were talking about something, if dude walks by and say that, what?
Is it like saying pendejo?
It's on site at
It's
that
kind of like
point.
it's kind of like
You know what
the
pendejo
ER
is?
No, it's kind of like the ER lady at Popeyes.
It's a pubic hair.
This is great. I had no clue.
It will give you a beat down level of the white lady at
Puñeta.
Popeyes.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you.
that's normal.
Puñeta is cum shot.
Oh wow, yo, this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Who is coming up with these phrases?
But that was always very true. Like ladies will only say it to ladies.
Yeah.
That's like a lady only. Like that's like the worst thing you can say to a chick.
Pendejo?
Also, no.
That the last thing we just discussed.
If you're old and if you're old like Puerto Rican, it's my mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All
Mama.
the time, Mama. Yeah. That one.
She'll hit you. Back my mouth. Shit.
Right.
Yo, I love this.
Sorry.
I just love this because I have absolutely no idea what y'all are talking about. But
But you probably understand that type of thing.
It's like when the old niggas get together. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Saying the N word, it just rolls so eloquently
I
off
learned
my tongue.
Spanish in South Florida. It wasn't a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans, so I'm just like, that's funny. but it's not the same context.
But me cago en tu madre is like.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's Puerto Rican, but it's also very like
If you're from
Hispanic.
the island, though,
Island Hispanic.
If you're from the island, you'll catch a fade. Like you'll know who's really from Puerto Rico. Like a New York boy will be like, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
An island boy will be like, okay, start taking off this shit. All right, this is how it is. Like, oh, we cracking these knuckles.
There's certain things that like you know when someone grew up island like compi.
I actually don't
compadre. Mira, este es el padrino mío. Mi madrastra.
I don't like people saying stuff at me in another language and then laughing about it afterwards.
Yo, that's what I love.
I know how that shit used to hit me.
Yeah. That's why you should always learn, because Spanish is the number one language, isn't it?
Oh,
in the
we're
world?
done here.
Worldwide, yeah.
Worldwide, yes.
Worldwide, it's the most spoken language in the world. And it makes no sense why we as Americans don't ever learn somebody else's language.
It makes
We
me
do
sick
have it.
because everybody else's country has like some secondary language that they pick up besides their own, if not more.
We do teach it in schools, though.
But, us when we teach it, when you get into high school and it don't even matter because you can't retain the class
That's actually a really
anymore.
good point. Why
You
would
should have been
do
doing that in kindergarten. But you know who just said
But he's
rich
no. Because I was about to say no. But I mean, how do you feel about the fact that they don't? I mean, you don't learn it until high school.
Get to learn it early
places
on.
will teach it now. I know a lot of daycares, like the better daycares, especially in my
That
neighborhood,
cost
teach
money.
it to- they
I
start teaching
guess
it
that
at
makes
3
more
years old.
sense.
They start teaching it at 3 years
Yeah,
old.
my nephew's.
Because I mean, the best
If you
way to
can't afford to get the education,
Yo,
if you're
do
not
you know what
getting
this
it,
is?
An elbow.
No. But do you,
Monk used to do that.
yeah, okay.
Monk used to do that.
So we also have gestures too that translate.
So what's that mean?
So this is somebody who is cheap.
oh, I thought that meant you about to get body slammed.
No.
Yeah, it's like,
I've seen Macho Man do that, but then he goes to the top rope.
Yeah, no, he.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
I thought
my mom has done that many a time, and she elbowed me. So I started to duck personally. But I guess that's just like how those Italians give their Stugatas. You know, we are in black. We just put our middle finger up. We're not too
I
fancy.
started to teach my son Spanish, and we were doing well for a while, and then he turned 2, and the autism kind of came out. So because he stopped talking altogether, I had to drop the Spanish because it wasn't working.
My daughter will only speak Spanish until she's like 4.
He was doing really good. He wasn't speaking it back to me, but when I would tell him stuff, he would understand what I was saying. So I knew he was picking it up. So when he stopped talking and he kind of like lost his speech, the speech therapist was like, "You gotta." He was like, "If you're gonna have him speak Spanish, you need to speak Spanish only because he's not gonna pick up, like he's not gonna recover 2 languages."
Yeah.
And I think that's an important part because Spanish is it's a part of that. It's part of the Latinx culture as a whole. Now, Awesomus, for you as a DJ though, how do you try to infuse your culture in what you do in your stage performances? I've seen you perform live. It's an entire performance.
It really depends on the crowd that I'm DJing to, but it almost doesn't because I ultimately do whatever the heck I want to do anyway, which seems to give me some love and renown. I definitely like to play a lot of just cultural music when I'm, because you know me, I'll sit there and I'll do a lot of the nerdy stuff. I'll do a lot of like Sonic the Hedgehog and Zelda like remixes and stuff, but then I'll throw down with like some Ratchet stuff because who doesn't like that stuff? But then the song that I always got to play no matter what, and I think I did it.
One of my favorite all time.
I did Suavemente.
Suavemente.
Besame. Like you can't.
Listen, that's one of the few songs that and Funky Good Time from James Brown. Like, what? No, you play at every black wedding. Every single solitary black function. There are.
So that's y'all Suavemente.
Yeah, no.
You'll hear that song
Suavemente. Listen, Suavemente is played at every black function. That is the first introduction we get to salsa. That Suavemente. What? I knew Elvis Crespo. I knew his name before I ever heard of a Willie Colon or anybody else.
So there's 2 songs for like Latinos in a mixed crowd that you have to play. It's Suavemente and Aguanile.
What about Mark Anthony's?
Viva. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
That's another one. So 3.
Okay,
3.
now, but that's new.
Because like I can't play that song. If I DJ for my parents for like a party or whatever, I have to play that song. Or else my dad will come up behind me.
I heard it in Mexico and I fell in love with it and I listen to it all the time now. Like it's a part of my like Latinx
Out of
playlist.
2 songs, Hispanic culture you gotta play for people that think they like Hispanic music is Gasolina.
I hate that song.
And Danza Kuduro.
I hate that song.
Danza Kuduro. I make a joke every time, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I call Danza Kuduro the white girl anthem of South Jersey. Because no matter where I play that song, I get out of nowhere. Oh my God, I love this song. This is my favorite song. You realize that song came out like when I was in high school?
Yeah, it's already
like
you just now getting hit.
Yeah, late to the party.
I get you. I got you. You want to, I know how to do this.
That is the move.
It was in Fast and the Furious.
It's because he's in the movie.
That's Don Lamar.
Yeah, it is.
That's hilarious. So then, okay, I see how you infuse it, but now how do you make it geeky?
How to make it geeky? You know, I don't know if I've actually done that yet.
No, I'm talking about
like,
just your DJ set.
Just me is
the DJ Awesomus Prime brand.
I kind of bring everything full circle because I kind of have to. Because like one show I did, I DJ'd at Zenkai Con, which amazing convention. If you want a really awesome Pennsylvania anime convention, that's the one to go to. It's been around for like 14 years. It's huge. It's in Lancaster.
Joseph Williams said, "What about the Macarena?"
The Macarena.
Joseph, we don't speak about prostitute songs.
Wrong region. Wrong region. We don't see that.
Now, I didn't like the Macarena when it first came out.
See,
It was like Hispanic.
White people were lit.
White people.
You know what's crazy though?
No one like that Puerto Rico. What is this fool?
That just made me. That you guys just remind me of one other one that I feel like people forgot. The Acera Hey, La Ketchup. Do you remember that? Acera Hey and the stupid. Yeah. What the heck was that?
Oh yeah, that was. I forgot about
You're
that.
looking at me like you've never
The
heard
Samba
this.
de
Look,
Amigo
when
game
this is
with the
done, I'm gonna
rockers.
YouTube the video for you. It was these like 3 or 4 like really pretty Latina, and it was great. But like it lived like this long, but it had the same like punch as the Macarena. It was the same like level.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I only heard about it because I had Samba de Amigo with the little when they came out with the wig for the maracas,
It was on
and
there,
it was on that. So. What?
Yeah, the Macarena. Now, mind you, you've gone to ZenkaiCon and you rocked the house. Where else have you played before?
I've played for SetsuCon. I've played for the Nerdtino Expo. I've played for J1, DerpyCon, CoreCon, New Jersey GamerCon, BlurredCon.
BlurredCon is where I first heard of you.
BlurredCon. That's where I first heard of
Like
you
if you
guys.
could rock a party full of black folk.
So, oh man, all right. So this is one of the coolest things I think for me is that there is a different way to DJ for nerds and then blurs. Because like the blurred community, obviously we are all nerds. We like all the same stuff. We like Sailor Moon and Pokemon and all that stuff. So I could throw down that stuff. I can play the 8-bit version of the Steven Universe theme song and people go, ah!
Yeah.
But then I can drop some Jersey Club on some people.
Yeah. So you hit me with that Jersey Club
Yeah,
music.
we need these things because I
But
hate this.
there's nerdy Jersey Club music.
Yeah,
Just,
we need
just
these
for
things.
you
Go
at
all the
J1?
con because I'm tired
Look,
of them and their
I'm actually gonna audition for it.
For those that are
Protocol.
just real quick, for those that are still watching, yes, we were fully aware of the random woman that just came in here and grabbed something. So yes, we were not invaded.
It was a ghost.
Yes, but just pretend you didn't see that.
Harry Tubman?
Julia Roberts?
Nice call.
Yeah. Call back. This is gonna be so dope when we do this. He's gonna call. No, he's back. All right. So Awesomus. I heard of you originally from BlurredCon, and I got hit up and was like, "Yo, there was a super soap dude, and he rocked the party. He played, and we had the opportunity to. I was your MC for J1Con,
Which
and
we got to do it again.
Yo,
it was too much fun working.
instantly connected. He rocked the party again, and I got to see it firsthand. And I had to be honest. I had to kind of how do you say acquiesce, because because I MC hip hop parties and events and all the time. That's not nothing new to me, but I had never really done a geek party.
Was that your first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been to them, but I'm talking about emceeing one. And there were things where I was like, "Oh no, that's not going to hit," and it hit. And then there was things where I was like, "Oh, this is going to be hot," and they were like, and I was like, "Wow, okay,
Yes.
it's learning a crowd." And the nerdy, blurty, geeky crowd you seem to have mastered.
For the most part, the blurred crowd, I almost feel like it's easier to DJ to the blurred crowd because I can mess around with the nerdy stuff, but I know exactly what popular hip hop, R&B, ratchet tracks I can throw down.
Right.
Because I'm a big fan of a lot of the 90s and early 2000s like hip hop and like party tracks. Anything Pitbull gets a crowd going, no matter what. It's just that's just what he does.
I cannot stand Pitbull.
Really? See, I like him for
I
his
hate him with a passion.
But people
But if you
get
play,
hurt.
but now, no. But if you play 100% or anything from Big Pun,
Look, I'll play Big Pun.
yeah,
I'll play Big Pun, of course.
one of the best lyricists.
See, I play Beastie Boys.
bar
though, 'cause
none.
I like Beastie Boys.
I like Beastie Boys too, but
You got to play the right song. Because like me, I'd rather play what is it? 3M Season 1 DJ. Because I like that song, but like, that's not the track that's gonna hit. I need to play like, Intergalactic or Brass Monkey.
I get you. You gotta rock the crowd. The DJ is a servant to the crowd, so you rock with what rocks the crowd. What I like is I want a pair of these dope glasses that you got on. What is this?
You want these?
See,
you want those?
Are those at your store?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I saw those.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is like indicative of your brand, though, right? Because you do like an 8-bit glasses brand.
It's funny. Originally, that wasn't what I was gonna go with. I was originally gonna go with like a full like Transformers kind of like theme
cool
thing,
now.
and then like, they look good on you though.
Yeah, you think you are, but you really
he's hating behind Bandera.
I'm not.
I learned it. I'm gonna use it now.
You know we don't have no meaning coming from you anyway, because you're not important enough.
Can I make a T-shirt of you just holding the Puerto Rican
Yep.
flag that says "Web
Well,
Box"? That's it.
Yo, I think that's sweet. That's all I really know.
Somebody should have took a picture.
Y'all done talking like 3 extra words now. He think he's so down with the brown.
Yeah, now he do.
Why y'all gotta hate on me bonding with my brothers?
Because you don't know. We just gonna make this as miserable for you as possible.
Yeah, both of y'all. I'm learning stuff. Go ahead, Chris. I mean, listen, I done put his government out now.
It's all good. Forget where I was actually at now. We're talking music.
That happens a lot on this show.
Right? It's all good. But no, I guess DJing for like the blurred crowd, I'm able to do those kind of songs. I know that I can pull that kind of stuff out because it's good. Like swag surfing. Boom. You know it's going to get the crowd going. You know what's going to happen.
That's become the new age black national anthem.
I like it though.
You play the swag surf. That if you want to stop violence in Philadelphia,
right?
Loudspeaker
that sucker.
We about to butt. And then everybody starts swaying. You can't
There
not.
was just a video of these people at some con this weekend doing it.
Swag. It's sir. It's swag. It's so, you can't, because it's a unifying song. Everybody put their arms around them. Please wear deodorant. Con funk is real.
But they never do. We've been talking about it for it was literally a band that was there talking about con odor, and they still did it. Like they're never gonna get the message.
Why does she?
They don't care.
She said what they never do.
No.
Because I still was.
They put it on, but you can't put deodorant on top of funk.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And Axe body spray is not a shower.
And they keep using a body
It's not
spray.
even really deodorant. Please wash your ass.
They just don't. They refuse. They not going to stop because it's like a lifestyle for them. Like they like being funky. They like being the person to walk in the
get
room
some
and shut
baby
it
wipes.
down.
No, because like look,
It's terrible.
But she's not off because there is a lifestyle. People go to these conventions. They just go to them, but they don't get a hotel room. They sleep in their car all freaking weekend.
They do.
So baby wipes. I promise you. I was in the military. We called them field baths. It's a real thing.
We call them hoe baths.
Right, hoe baths. Make it happen. Make it happen.
I know we don't know. You have to watch, but if that's
But they
not an
don't
option,
want it.
Or something, yeah.
at least get your tank.
It would have been
Just
an
that
option.
area.
You don't got the
Just good
money.
white.
You can't go to the con.
You can get, you know, cut.
Make friends with somebody and go partner up with
they spend all
other
their
people.
money.
People do
Can't
that
afford
all
no
the
ski
time.
stick.
Find some friends and partner up with them and go to their hotel.
There you go. That's what it is.
You know the sad part is
Friends.
This is
To
what
tell you smell bad.
This is what you get with head nurse in charge. You get Hot Topics, the culture, and wash your.
Important subliminal messages of wash. Remember me saying that when you go to sleep tonight. Wash.
Y'all should bring like something to just
Wash.
hand out to people.
Yeah,
Just a
you know
bucket
what?
of speed stick. Just
That's
like
what
headers in charge.
No,
Speed stick.
that's what I just got a great idea.
A little mini deodorant thing.
No. You know how you have the people who help people fix their cosplays?
Oh yeah.
Fix your hygiene.
I'm going. Look, you just
Debunk yourself.
Just put a sticker on the person, and I'll come over.
And
Can
you
you
pull
put
them
some socks
aside.
on with your shoes?
Yeah, that's.
For gaming, Smell Good Guy. Smell Good Guy had the little dollar deodorant joints. Febreze, open back.
Like I've been to enough cons. I'm like, all right, that's the dude that doesn't wear socks. The and that's the one. Like you can just like
You can eyeball.
All right, yeah, all right. I know who that is.
Listen, if because we almost at that time. If we have taught you nothing, if we have taught you nothing, if you did not take away from the wonderful cultural representation in these brothers here with the Latinx community, or these beautiful black women that happen to reside here, keep singing for me.
Wakanda pa siempre.
Latinx forever. Please take away the wash your behind.
Please take time to wash yourself.
Because of all the messages, that is definitely the most important. How do you say wash your behind in Spanish?
Bañate.
So for our put that in the subtitles.
Hashtag bañate.
For our,
BANATE.
I thought I was like BANANAS anyway, but yes. But if you whether you got no excuses now. We didn't give it to you in English, in Spanish. And if you got another language, please by all means write it into the chat.
We need to make sure people of all languages are able to understand the message that we are trying to get across, which is the wash. I hope you enjoyed my beautiful rendition of In the Arms of an Angel in the Bathroom. Because that's what I was doing.
Thank you for not getting to 90 shares. That's why I set it at such a lofty goal. I really appreciate you guys.
No. Y'all work harder because when y'all wanted to see cheeks clap, y'all made it happen. But then y'all don't want to see this man get shamed. I think that's sexist. I think y'all sexist if y'all don't get it to 90 shares, and I'm going to judge all of y'all heavily, so make it happen.
We are 85.
Hold on, let me just say this clearly. Cheeks, Kurt with hair. Doesn't really, yeah. So since we're at 85 and you seem to be creeping close, we're getting ready to close out the show as quickly as possible.
No, we couldn't have did it today anyway, so they could still have time because you would have had to did the hair piece at a later time anyway, and you didn't say it had to exclusively be during the viewing of the show, so you still have time. Loopholes.
Jesus Christ. You know what?
Lawyered.
She lawyered the crap out of me, bro. Hey, you're absolutely right. I can't even.
Do you have any
that.
closing arguments?
No, I don't know how I top that. All I can say for DJ Awesomus Prime, could you please tell everybody where to find you on your social media platforms?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, now TikTok. We do have a TikTok. We got like 2 videos and working on it. I technically have a YouTube, but I haven't really done anything with it. So when that actually launches, I'll tell you. But if you do @DJ Awesomus Prime, that's all my social media.
Dope.
I managed to grab it for all of them, which is
perfect.
Very hard thing to do.
Yeah, and it's always best.
Oh yeah, no, I had no choice.
And where's the next con we're gonna see you at?
I can't say.
Ha! Understood.
Let's see. Well, I can tell you this one. I'll be at New Jersey GamerCon. That one I'm allowed to announce. That one because I'm kind of in charge of the music for that one.
But nepotism for yourself,
right?
Like
I do have 2 coming up in January. I might have one in February that I just found out about. I'm finding out more information of that one soon. And then there's another one in March. So for those of you who follow me and know what conventions are kind of around these times, you could probably piece it together. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, so I don't want to get him in no trouble. But, yo, DJ Awesomus Prime, I already know that you're a party rocker. If you know somebody out there with a convention, make sure to DM them to let them know to bring DJ Awesomus Prime to your convention because obviously these places haven't been lit and this is the match. So let's get it popping.
Let's make it happen.
Ramon, could you please be so... I'm sorry. Ramon. Hey, listen. Look, Chris start right away. I'm not going to be disrespectful now. Ramon, could you be so kind as to tell us on all your platforms and about Garble, please?
Yes. You can listen to my podcast, Garbled Podcast. All the social medias are @Garbled Podcast. GARBLED Podcast. And we are available everywhere that you stream your music.
Nice.
Okay,
I didn't know that part about it.
Boom. It's like that. iTunes.
We have a YouTube, but we haven't really done much with that. Like we're
everybody's building it up.
Yeah.
For a lot of us, we're beginning black content. What's black? I'm a black content creator. We're beginning content creators. So now that we're establishing our platforms, we're supporting each other. YouTube is one of those things where you have to be consistent and have a lot of content. We get the benefit of having a stream. So every week, we get something just off the fact that it just happens automatically. Mm-hmm. But it's super dope that both of you are building a platform for not only yourselves, but for the culture. And when I say the culture, that doesn't always just mean the black culture, but for the culture that you choose to represent. Because you can represent any culture that you want to, and that's kind of important at the end of the day. See, there's another message outside of washing your behind. Teffy Wonder, what's your social media if anybody cares?
I care.
You're so disrespectful.
Because you always come at my neck.
I'm not even laughing at you.
Come at you.
I got some news. It's okay, Tuff. We got some news for him in a minute, but I'm going to let you finish your message first before we put that news out there for you.
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram at Teffy Wonder. You can also find me on Facebook. My fan page is at Teffy Wonder, the Mocha Mermaid. I've been a little quiet this week because I have been dumb busy, but I'm gonna get popping back on it. I'm gonna share the interviews and stuff, the clips that I took from the Urban Action Showcase this weekend.
Dope. There was also talk of you and DJ Awesomus Prime doing a twerk off. So
are we still doing that?
Oh yeah. That's how that's how we're closing out the show.
So, all right. So for those,
so we got preface with the story.
Well, yeah, please.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I have exciting news that I would love to give to you. We're at 86 shares currently.
Cut the feed, nigga. Cut the feed.
86.
Cut the feed.
You know what that means? You only need 4 more so that you can win the bonus prize of coming in with a nice, beautiful bed of Remy on top of your head.
You're a terrible human being, and I love you for it.
That's Peruvian.
I'm going. Just let your soul go. I hate you.
Come on.
Give me the story. Give me the story. I want to know the story. Why are y'all having this twerk off? Because she wore her booty shaking tights.
So first of all, I wore regular leggings.
You can't. God, didn't she come in and say she wore twerk pants? Did she say?
Well, you did say you had your twerk gear on.
Leggings double as twerk gear, but these are pants that I bought for it.
This is going to be the second show in a row we shaking her behind.
I mean, you don't have to put it on there.
Oh no! This is definitely this is happening.
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly.
Should I start rolling away?
We're almost at that point. But Chris, could you please tell me why in the world would you challenge the twerk off?
Shares.
The twerk off queen.
It happened.
Pretty much Jay won at the prom. I was the DJ. We were killing it. My man was on stage. Because I remember seeing him point over at you like, "Oh, come on. All right, cool." And I'm like, "It's gonna be one of them parties." That was probably what backed that ass up. More than likely, because that's usually how I get the booty shaking started. Is juvenile. So
yes, it was definitely.
I'm pretty sure it was. This beautiful individual over here came up on stage and was just killing it, straight up just twerking, and the crowd was getting hype. We were having fun. And I got on the microphone, was like, "Hey, look, I don't know if y'all know this, but Awesomus Prime's got a hidden talent." And my dude, your face still. He was just like, "Oh, Awesomus, what's that?" And I kind of walked around and just the face of kind of like, "What's going on?" All right.
I wasn't mentally prepared for that, but then I was like,
"Yeah, we do."
Well, I'm not going to.
No,
we're not going to go there.
I think it's funny. It's something that I just kind of taught myself, I guess, how to do, how to twerk, because I'm a big dude, so people aren't expecting big dudes, let alone just dudes to twerk. So it became kind of a thing that I did as a joke. But every time I do it at especially conventions, the crowd goes nuts. Yeah, they think it's stupid, but it's fun. And I have a blast doing it, so that's why we it kind of became an impromptu
We're at 96
twerk off.
shares.
You know what? Since you're hating behind wanting to make sure we got over 90, why don't you good on up? Sassy, could you slide over a little bit this way and give DJ Awesomus Prime?
Take the floor.
Listen. So that Facebook don't take our feed down. and with the copyrighted music, we're gonna play the music away from the microphones. But I'm gonna play Back That Booty Up.
Yes, we do that. Back That Booty Up. That's the
Baby
official
Shark
version, right?
You the people might not be able to hear it, but they'll be able to hear it. Come on, Tuck, get up.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Wait.
We get ready to get up out of here. Look, head nurse in charge. Taffy Wonder's about to make these cheeks clap for another show in a row. Now, she's doing it very lacklusterly. If I had $40, she wouldn't get it right now. I need
you. Music.
The music is playing.
Is it really? Oh my
See, listen, look. All I'm saying is.
He's not doing nothing, so first of all.
Well, no, he's waiting for you. It's a dance song.
For me, shorty.
All right, well, no. Step this way in the camera. He's at Awesomus Prime. I want to see these booties shake. Get him go. Hey, wait a minute. This is black journalism at its greatest. A highbrow quality nerd show where we subject people to shaking behinds. I don't know how this applies to nerd culture at all, but it's super fun. King Kurt live another week.
Even nerds can enjoy booty cheeks.
Facts. And Tef got enough for everybody. We get up out of here. Much love to everybody.
Come see us at Allentown. Kurt's gonna line dance with me.
Yeah, no. Kurt might do a two-step, maybe.
That's part of the dance.
I can't believe you haters got me to 96 shares. I hate all of you, and I know where you live. We out of here. Don, please take us out, and Teffy can catch her breath.
Okay, bye.
Hey, let's go to McDonald's. Come on, man. That's a good McDonald's.